when he's mad?
Yes.
Maybe.
You know that? He's
All
been
I
like
ask
that
I
for
mean,
years.
Jay, I've never had to get mad at you. I'm just,
He just gets mad and then he has to grab
make
you.
things happen. You can just make things happen.
Listen.
Jay, get this.
Trust me.
All I asked him was how much money it would take for him to lick the shit off of a dick for a year.
Yeah, Jay, how much money? You've got an answer, right?
Yeah, it's a
No.
perfectly normal question.
It's a
Why
perfectly
would you
normal
get mad?
question. Why?
My answer was everyone dies after the event happens because it's
But
a secret.
what's the
what's your-
number after the? What's the number
your,
before the
what's
event?
your number, Ron?
Oh, Ron was also death by bullet, preferably.
Suicide, I assume.
Yeah, I don't actually have a number. I'm not creative enough to put
Imagine not choosing generational wealth for your children.
that. Imagine
I don't
leaking
have to.
shit.
Yeah, it'd be pretty
Period.
bad.
Your front teeth are falling out after the first session. What? No.
Listen. There's an easy way if you want to get Raw to answer. It's really not that hard. You could just say, "Hey, there is an answer. It's okay." So, you know what? No, it's okay.
So we're starting Dungeons and Dragons.
I thought we were still talking about licking shit off dicks.
Dungeons and Drag Queens.
Dungeons and Dragons, more like Dungeons.
Surely,
and
I hope
Dragons.
not.
Dungeons and
Dungeons and dick lickers.
I mean, I like licking cunts.
That's an interesting.
Cunt.
JD,
You never actually call a
just-
pussy a cunt.
Yeah.
I love wicked hot gash.
Oh, I love me some ripe minge.
I knew it was gonna
right,
make you serious.
Some ripe minge.
All right, show us.
All right,
the
all
minge.
right. I have
Show
to
us the
kill
minge.
myself.
Show us the minge.
Steve, make sure you
Oh,
say
Rob?
record it and post it all on the internet so we can see it later.
I've been recording for the
Everyone
last
is
2
here.
minutes, so.
Oh.
All right,
I don't-
love, show us the minge.
For legal purposes, I need you to blur out my name and face. For legal purposes.
Of course.
Of course. So, to my shoppers, what do you guys remember purchasing in the last act?
I'm waiting outside of a
you-
blacksmith.
There you go.
I submitted my armor over to the blacksmith, and I bought a new and improved spear and a battle axe.
That is correct.
Oh, and also, I think I bought a shield.
You did buy a
You bought a
shield. We
shield,
both
too?
bought shields.
Yeah.
I also turned in my leather armor for it to be.
Also, party, remember these two are down. Their ACs are down. Anyways, continue.
Yeah. But yeah, turned in my leather armor for some upgrades, and we're on our way to a witch shop or an herbalist, something like that.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Luna's
me
looking.
and
Luna's
Fabian-
looking for potions.
I'm looking for Cade.
Gold.
I got 5 lodestones and 20 chips of mica, some broken glass, and that's it.
Yeah. It's
Also,
real big shopping.
yeah, I need to sell shit though, but I have to talk to my boy first.
That is true, but until you find them, you and Fang have been bar hopping. That's right. I don't see any reason why you two wouldn't give in and just go drinking. Fang, do you think he'd have a problem getting wasted with Ceras on this attempt to find Kade?
At this point, seeing Ceras as drunk as Fang has seen Ceras, Fang would definitely drink with Ceras.
Field advantage. You're from here. These people know you, Fang. Anyone's gonna look out for you, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So, to kick things off, then, you twos have been drinking in bars. What is something Fang would tell Ceras while getting fucking wasted?
Ah, Fang, this is so much fun. I love this drink. This drink, it's so good.
Ceras is riding aggressively at you, Fang.
Fang tries to look Ceras in the eye as Fang now sees 3 Cerases all sitting side by side. He goes, I remember the first time I had this drink. You see, I drank a whole cup, and then I don't remember what happened next. And Fang just starts dying laughing.
As Ceres silently throws her head back and is like laughing, except nothing's coming out.
The bartender is slowly sliding you both more cheap shots at this point. You started off big in the night, big drinks, big feelings, but now it's like
they're watered down fucking shots.
Yeah, they're like trying to get you guys safely home. The undead do not know what to do. You both have a -1 to con, by the way, just for starting off. Anyways,
so how much money have we spent?
You both have dropped 10 gold apiece. You guys have been all over dead and getting wasted.
That's fair.
You two are shit. At this point.
Okay. At least for that much gold, I feel like we should have like made influence around the people. Like, I
absolutely. Like... The crowd is actually enjoying this. The people of Dead End don't usually get so much excitement, especially seeing Fang, who usually doesn't have friends, getting along with anybody other than himself. The people are cheering, walking you to bars between different caretakers and different bodyguards. These people are
like a little fucking bus between each one.
You got a little entourage of you guys got a little entourage of walkers.
Oh, that is.
They babysit you and escort you to the next bar while you both continue searching around.
I love that.
Ceras, what is something Ceras would share with Fang in true drunkenness?
In true drunkenness?
True drunkenness.
I think Ceras would be telling Fang. What would Ceras tell Fang? You see, Fang, my friend. Kade, he's like my uncle. He's like my favorite guy. He's so cool and he's such a great guy. But he's going to tear himself apart. It's so much. He makes so many bad decisions. Fang, he just doesn't. I worry about him, Fang.
Fang looks at Ceras. What do you mean he makes bad decisions?
Fang, at this point, you only know Kade as like a local legend, known very like widely for his good information. He's also not somebody that you recommend fucking with.
Yeah, she goes, well, he just constantly gets into trouble, and he's trying to undo some kind of curse on himself, and I think maybe he would just be happier if he learned to accept what he is now and just lived his life.
This is some A1 advice.
Fang not going to remember any of this, just downs another drink, listening to everything that reading everything that
Ceras is scrambling.
I feel like Fang is like straining to read too. Like he's like nose to the chalkboard.
Oh yeah, it's very slow.
Oh.
At some point, Ceras starts drawing pictures and doing like a little. We start doing charades or what is it called?
Charades.
Yeah. Ceras draws something on the board. And just like it looks like maybe it's a horse. It could be. It's like a horse with a big disc on its back, and then like another stick figure, very sloppily drawn, and they look like they have a disc on their back.
The crowd is hyping you guys. 2 words. 2 words. It's like putting its fingers out. It's 2 bony twos.
It's a centaur fucking a centaur.
Ceras face palms and is like and she starts drawing more, and you see that there's like a little hood on him.
You gotta figure it out, man.
And there's you start seeing little scales on him, on the stick figure. She's drawing little scales on him. And then she draws a big slice of something. It's like a circle with a bunch of little circles on it. It looks like there's crust.
There's The crowd is forwards, guys. We're gonna figure it out. Yay! Fang's got a friend.
Fang just falls out. Can't figure it out.
Falls out. Fang passes out right there. Crowd throws their hands up. Ah! Yeah.
That's great.
The one tiefling that's been very invested in this, Ceras, walks over to you and whispers, "So, what was it?"
It was Michaelo.
The tiefling just smacks its forehead. I have no idea what that is, and walks away. And he's like throws his hand. Never would have figured that out. God. And at the same moment as you two are partying, Luna and Tyrum, you two have entered back into the city after leaving Michaelo sitting in the quiet snow, in front of the blacksmith shop. What are you two doing, and where are you going?
We're at this moment, if I remember correctly, we're heading back into town to find a potion shop or a wish shop, whatever you want to call it. That's what we were doing.
Did you say we were using 40? You spent 40 gold?
20 gold.
20 gold.
You bought a bunch of high-end stuff, but it started slowly turning into, like, cheap stuff. You started strong.
Yeah.
At those bars where, they overpriced the shit out of the expensive stuff, one shot really shouldn't be a gold coin, but you took 7 anyways.
Yeah.
Wow.
But, Tyrum, how does it make you feel knowing you're going to a medicine shop? Luna, how would you ask? How would you bring this up? Get into it.
So when we were walking back from the shop, what had happened last time was we were declaring what we needed to do, and me and Tyrum agreed that we would go to or at least if I remember correctly, we agreed we would go to the shop together, and that's what we had left off.
So start back up. You're on your way to the shop, lad. You've both cut through the city. A quiet walk ensuing. I don't think either one of you have really stopped to think about, going back for Michaelo. He's just kind of there now. But you both steadfast through with probably not a whole lot of communication. And then you arrive at an old, busted, potion shop. It says potions on the window, but the sign's falling off the top of the building.
Do you think we should go in here?
I mean, it is a potion shop.
I guess it wouldn't hurt to check it out. Luna opens the door, walks out.
You both enter the witch brew shop. It is disgusting in here. The smell hits you in the fucking face. Creatures and things being left all over the place. It's messy. There's jars on every shelf with mysterious and very creepy things sitting in them. You see a lot of monster parts, and just the whole shop feels disgusting. Cobwebs and spiders in the ceiling, dark and itchy, just the worst. And in the very back, there's a counter of one very old elven lady.
I approach the counter with the old woman. Excuse me. Would you happen to have any herbal kits available?
He looks to be nodded off.
Excuse me.
Pays you no mind.
I poke them on the shoulder.
The hat kind of falls down over her face, and she does not wake up. But as you poke her, a black cat jumps the counter. You need to leave the lady of this place alone if you value your life. My, good sir, what can we do for you?
Hi. I'm looking for, some bloodhound fur and some herbalist kits.
The cat jumps onto your shoulder, and it kind of whiffs your nose with its tail as it sits facing Tyrum. And you?
I'm just here.
Hmm.
You seen a gnome today?
The cat's head turns back and looks at you. A gnome. Do be more specific.
A gnome with some jingle bells on her hat.
Hmm. The cat puts her paw up and she gives you a little head notion to walk towards it.
Tyrum follows.
It like signals you to get in real close.
Tyrum leans in.
It flicks your ear, and then it looks at you and says, "Yes, I heard news of a rather rowdy bunch in the town today. They seem to be jumping from bar to bar. Fang made a friend." And then it turns around and whiffs your nose with its tail and perches itself on Luna's shoulder. That one, beefy one. That way, beefy one. It puts its little paw out in front of you, Luna.
Walk towards the direction.
The cat is like nuzzling the side of Luna's face.
Where is my cat right now, by the way?
Raitu is like enamored by the bell at the front of the shop. Raitu hasn't moved. He's been staring at it for like 10 minutes.
What can you tell me about Fang?
Just a local delinquent. He's a good kid. He just he's reckless. Yeah, the cat kind of shrugs at you and kind of whips the bottom of your chin. But his sister is a great.
Stop touching me.
The cat like rolls its eyes. His sister takes good care of him, and he seems to be out on all kinds of adventures lately.
Sister, is she also a tabaxi? Like a
No,
tabaxi
no.
owning a bar?
No, they don't share parents.
Right, get in here.
Raichu doesn't leave the bell. The cat starts pointing at things on the shelves as it keeps talking to Tyrum, Luna, telling you where the fur is, where the med kit is, or the herb kit. It's pointing at things on the shelves.
One moment. I have to get my cat. I'll walk over and grab Raito by the scruff of his neck, and kind of curl him up in my arm and walk with him over to where things were pointed.
Raito lets out the longest sigh of a meow. And it looks
You're
so
getting
pissed.
heavy.
It looks so pissed you took it away from the door. The other cat actually jumps onto Raito's stomach and it starts making itself really comfortable. But yes, he's a local around these parts. Bit of a delinquent. Not really a home to go to, but his sister, Angeline. I think it was Angeline. It looks a little confused. She's a bartender, not too far from here.
And so one day Angeline just found him and adopted him.
They came into the city together years ago. We don't exactly ask what happens to people before they come together. We just accept people when they're here.
And Angeline had the money to just open up a bar on her own.
Something like that.
Interesting.
The cat leans in and kind of gives you a... I can't really talk too much on it. I've only been here a couple years.
So can you tell me why the old lady is still sleeping?
Oh, that is the mistress of the house. You see, I run the shop, but she owns the shop. And if she is ever to be disturbed, you might lose your life. At the very moment, the old lady lets off a really deep snore. The cat, jumps. He whispers to both of you. She's got, the mental heebie-jeebies. Sometimes she casts spells when she wakes up, and I'm new here for a reason. And it starts licking itself.
I see. I'll keep that in mind.
Would that be all for you, sir? Luna,
how many
items have you picked up?
I was just about to say, well, how much bloodhound fur would you say that the shop has?
It's got a good you probably find about a pound of it.
About a pound of it?
I don't imagine you need more than that.
No, not. How about a quarter pound? How much would that cost me?
The cat snickers at you, and that'll be 2 silvers.
2 silvers. And how many herbalist kits do you have?
Just the one. Top of the
Just
charts.
the one. How much for it?
Also a silver.
I'll take it.
The cat nods and quickly jumps down your side. As it hits the ground, roll me a perception. Never mind.
Never mind.
What did
Are you sure?
you roll? What did you roll?
I rolled a 6.
Yeah, never mind. The cat lands on its feet and sits and puts its paw out at you.
I only have gold.
The cat
drops.
So the cat smiled at you.
I drop a gold in its paw.
It
Keep
puts
the change.
gold coin. As soon as you said keep the change, the cat stops itself from saying we don't give change. So it just puts the gold coin up in its mouth and walks back. Its little tail gives you a little wave goodbye. And Tyrum, he kind of nuzzles up to your leg as he walks past.
Tyrum, you said you wanted to find Kade, right?
I was looking for Kade or what's her name, Ceras.
All right. Well, one or the other. I might be able to find them if they're close enough.
Well, it seems like Ceras is on a tear through the local bars.
Find her first, then.
Why not?
All right. So, I'm about to cast a spell called Locate Creature. It's a 4th level divination spell. It requires for me to have a bit of fur from a bloodhound. It says describe or name a creature that is familiar to you. You sense the direction to the you sense the direction to the creature's location as long as the creature is within 1,000 feet of you.
Cast that
I don't
spell,
know what she is.
Cast that spell.
Joshua.
Yeah,
it's pretty cute.
Massive, bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah, cast that spell.
The
cat the cat hisses as you start making actions. The cat hisses at you both. Please hurry on now. Not inside the shop.
Oh, sorry about that. Let's head out.
The old lady snores really loudly as exit the shop. And when the door
I close the door as we walk out.
When the door closes, you hear an explosion go off from inside the potion shop.
Oh.
I look at Tyrum. You think we should check that out?
Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Oh well. All right, let's get this spell over on the way then. I reach into the bag where I have the quarter pound of fur and grab a pinch of it, and
while you're doing this,
I toss it into the air, and course I string my magic energy across the fur itself and allow it to spread across the wind and guide me to the direction of Ceras.
The wind blows and the fur starts to flow. I imagine you're gonna follow that.
Of course.
As you both start following the fur and the wind, you hear a commotion behind you, just people running into the store to check. There's a couple people going in there to put out the fire, but everything seems fine properly. And you begin following on. After not even a few moments, you see a crowd of people walking away from the direction that you two are walking, and it looks really hectic. But the wind leads you to a bar. And below is where a massive crowd of people are leaving.
You think this is well, it seems like the spell's telling me that they're coming from this bar. Shall we go?
Yeah.
We walk into the bar.
I love the idea that Luna and Tyrum are just awkward as hell around each other.
What do you mean? We're just simplistic. It's like, well, we're gonna do this. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Okay, just go.
I think that's hilarious.
As you walk into the bar, Ceras has everybody in the bar banging on the tables and clapping in a rhythmic manner. And somebody is singing.
Fang is passed out next to Ceras at the bar, but the bartender behind them both has like hands in the air dancing. This undead is going crazy. The rest of the tavern people are, hey, 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 hey. And they are just fucking living it up. Looks like an English tavern after a Manchester game. I don't know if that actually tracks, but it sounded good. Oh, hell yeah.
Wow. Interesting. I look over at Tyrum. You think we should have found Kade first? They look fine.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no, but I'm not gonna say yes. I really only want to find Kade so I can get him to cash in a favor for me.
Ceras, roll me perception.
Alright. That is a... Oh, fuck my dice.
I wonder if he still has Elena. That could have helped.
Yeah, well, if we took
that is an
Kade,
11.
Roll me one more.
That is a 4.
Okay, well, as you are dancing along, you do notice Tyrum and Luna kind of hanging around by the front door.
Oh god, what did I not see?
Ron, you're like in the void.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry,
backed away from your mic.
No, I dropped my dice.
Ceras waves over at Tyrum and signs to him. Tyrum! Come here and show everyone in the bar how strong you are! You're strong! You're strong, yes!
I mean, it's on the
Ceras,
back.
we're supposed to be activating. We're supposed to be working under a sort of a low key procedure here.
are you signing this? Are you both signing this?
Yeah.
Luna looks over and goes, "What the fuck are you? Are you talking to her right now?"
No.
Don't fucking lie to me. I'm not dumb. I think.
Roll me, Josh. Roll me an insight, and Tia, roll me a deception.
Hold on, let me pull this up. I actually think I have pretty good insight, so let's see.
Oh, for your sake, this would be fun.
He said, "For your sake."
Shit, that doesn't sound good.
That sounds like a nat 20.
That sounds like a fucking.
I got a 21.
18.
Jesus.
Wow.
Luna?
That's crazy. You have high
he-
deception, huh?
He shut you
No, I
down
don't.
without a second thought, but you get the feeling he may or may not be lying. Maybe.
I look at Ceras. I look back at Tyrum.
Ceras waves at you.
Tyrum signs, is this what you've been getting up to this whole time?
Yes, I had much fun to be had fingers. Oh, I think he's asleep.
As you sign this,
pokes him a couple times.
as you poke him, a Minotaur walks over who's been watching you two violently sign at each other for the last 2 minutes, and he whispers down to you alone, Ceras. Is that guy really strong?
Yes, he's very strong. He's stronger than everyone. He's the strongest.
He lets out a snort of steam from his nose. Fang, the steam coming off of this Minotaur wakes you up, and he puts 10 gold coins on the counter, and he says to you, Ceras, strong enough to risk it?
Ceras smiles and deviously and puts 10 gold down on the table.
Ceras, what the hell are you doing?
The little one accepts the challenge. The Minotaur looks at you. Strong one, you owe me an arm wrestle. And he moves, he drags a barrel to the middle of the bar. We have an outsider today, folks, and he thinks he can take me on. He lets off more steam from his nose. The scream definitely wakes you up, Fang, if you're muted. But you're awake now. The Minotaur
Tyrum looks
readies
around the
himself.
room.
The crowd goes.
I didn't
crazy.
say anything.
The crowd is losing it. They don't even hear you. They like you're saying this, they can't hear you. They're fight, strongest.
Tyrum, what the hell is happening?
The little undead servant runs out 2 shots, to one for each of you, Luna and Tyrum.
Tyrum looks at Ceras. Tyrum looks at
Yeah.
Ceras and he signs. If I do this for you, then you need to do something for me afterward.
Ceras shrugs and nods her head.
I wonder what the rest of the
Tyrum-
party's doing.
Tyrum rolls his eyes and then he places his elbow down on the barrel.
Ooh. The Minotaur grabs one side of the barrel, standing 8 feet tall, horns touching damn near the ceiling. This macho man puts his elbow down. How are you?
Luna puts his hand on Tyrum's shoulder and goes, "You got this," and casts guidance without anybody noticing.
How do you cast guidance?
I literally just put my hand on his shoulder and said, "You got this." That's
Oh,
literally
sick. Hell yeah. What does guidance do?
Yeah, what does
it. Let me pull that up.
You get a stat bonus?
It's like a. Hold on, yes. Let me put the definition.
What is
That's
this?
Move
A
on.
contested strength? Is this?
This will be a contested.
It says you touch a willing. It says you touch a willing creature. Choose a skill until the spell ends. The creature gains 1d4 to any ability check of that chosen skill. So whatever it is, you're going to tell
Roll
him.
me a d4 there, Tyrum. You get a bonus to well, I guess it'd be athletics in this case.
Let me find a D4. Thanks, Josh.
Man,
You're
this
welcome,
blacksmith is
buddy.
taking a while.
Yeah, Michaelo, as you've sat in the snow, you've begun a low-end meditation, actually. You sit stilly by his door, the snow piling up around you. You're starting to look like a part of the background.
You know
You
what?
haven't-
Because
you
I
haven't
can't find a
moved in
D4,
30
I'm just
minutes.
Jesus.
D&D.
You've reached peak, like, autistic stillness.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool.
I'm like
Got it.
Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes!
So cool, he's invisible.
Let's do this. Let's do this Minotaur.
All right, this is how this is gonna work. We're gonna roll 3 athletics.
3 athletics.
Best 2 out of 3, baby. Will you beat the Minotaur? Athletics number 1. Minotaur rolled a 21, baby.
Oh yeah, Tyrum didn't beat that one.
You feel the
Wait, Tyrum.
Mm-hmm.
How much did you lose by?
He rolled 21, so I rolled 16.
16?
Yeah,
Is that with the D4?
Guidance?
that was with the guidance. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
The game starts as the little skeleton waiter gives you guys a countdown.
Okay,
and
who's
the moment
echoing?
is it me?
No, it's not you.
It's Damien.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
My brother in Christ.
Did you just fall out of the chair?
No, I dropped my phone. I apologize.
It's gone now.
Okay.
Damien, yes.
The
Athletics 2.
At the moment the grippings happenings at the start of this contest, you feel your arm violently jerk down. He gets you about halfway, and you feel him. He's not even breaking a sweat. Steam comes out his nose. Come on, I thought you were supposed to be strong as your second athletics. You've got to beat a 10.
I beat that. That's a That's a 15.
You begin pushing the Minotaur back, the barrel ricketing underneath the pressure and this intensity. He looks you in your eyes as you get him back to standing neutral. Come on, then. You might have something for me after all. And he lets off more steam. The steam burns the bottom of your chin, just really uncomfortable.
Weird.
And finally, the last athletics. He rolled an 18.
I rolled a 22, baby.
Yes, sir.
The Minotaur grips. You both stand at neutral. The veins in your forearms have begun going crazy. The Minotaur tries to use his size to his advantage and drop to it to get you to win, but he just can't wear you down, Tyrum. Your training is too strong. Your endurance wins in the end, as the Minotaur is gasping for air. How do you finish him?
You seen that episode of Regular Show?
No, describe it for me, please.
So, there's an episode where Rigby is cheating in arm wrestling by using an arm brace that no one can see, and so
your skip.
Yeah. So Skips realized that Rigby was gaslighting everyone, and gaslighting him most importantly. So when Skips finally got his rematch with Rigby, he fucking ripped
like fucking crazy.
He ripped the prosthetic part off of his arm, and then he fucking picked Rigby up by the arm and slammed him through the table.
The Minotaur goes crashing through the barrel as his arm snaps from the violent jerkage. He falls out holding his elbow. And the crowd goes fucking wild.
Starts clapping.
The bar, shots! Everybody takes a swig as the one undead comes over and pours a little bit of health potion on his arm.
I was gonna say, how much damage did I do to him?
I imagine you would have done an unarmed strike worth, so anywhere from 4 to 6.
Well, he did just
I was gonna
broke
say
his arm.
Tyrum uses lay on hands, and he spends 5 health to heal him.
The Minotaur watches you as you heal his elbow. The little undead guy never came. That's not real. That's cut that out later. And he looks up at you, and the bromance buds as he reaches his hand out. That was fun, my friend. And it's like the wind blows. He gets big anime girl eyes, and he looks at you. He says, "Help me up, and I will buy you a drink, fair competitor."
Tyrum clasps his arm and pulls him up.
He stands up, and the moment he reaches his feet, he pulls you in for a big squeezy hug, like tuck.
Tyrum looks very uncomfortable, but he doesn't reject it.
He squeezes you just a little tighter as he puts both hands on your shoulder and jerks you away. A round for my friend! And a little guy pulls out 2 dead-end shots for both of you.
Luna kind of shivers a little bit, goes, "Why don't you two just get a room?"
Shut up, Luna.
And the crowd begins cheering. Fang, you've never seen everybody in Dead End so energetic, especially not on your account. But this probably feels really nice if you can hear me. But
through all things, Kydros' strength guides.
There's a silence falls over the bar for a moment, and they all look at it.
Fang walks
he said it under his breath.
That is what it is, right? Tyrum?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fang walks up to Tyrum. I've never seen quite such an amazing show of strength before, and he pats him on the shoulder.
Tyrum looks down at Fang and just gives him a head nod. Like I said, young one, all things are possible through Kydros' light.
Luna says under his breath, "It's like Soul Town is just wanking him off."
What'd you say?
So, Luna said it's like this whole town is just waking him off right now.
The Minotaur kind of wait. How loudly did you say that, Luna?
As just as I said it right then, it's like this whole town just likes to wake him off.
Well, the Minotaur rolled a 19 in his perception, and he looks
Oh.
over at you. What is that, friend? What did you say? Are you saying you could do better?
What do you?
We have
I don't know
another
what you mean,
challenger.
Oh,
The
excuse me,
Minotaur
sir. Wait a
turns
minute.
directly around to the bar. We have yet another fierce warrior. He looks back at you, Ceras, and he points. This time, double or nothing. And he drops another 20 gold to match the 20 gold you just won.
Oh,
Luna
shit.
shakes
Orders
his
a
head.
shot of dead
Hold
end
on.
while all of this
I
is
want
happening.
no part of this.
He looks back at you. Unless he will pay the victor in disagreement. I mean, a man should only stand on the things he says. And he beats his chest at you.
Ooh.
I never said I was better.
But your attitude was that of a small sissy, implying that you could do better.
Oh.
The crowd is like
You
losing
just
it.
called me a
Old Frank's at it again. He loves these things. This is it's like his favorite pet. Old Frank
Tyrum
talks all the time.
kind of steps between Luna and the bull, and he says, "Forgive me, forgive my compatriot here. He happens to just be a little snappy. We've been on the road for quite a few days, and things just have not been going his way. He does not have the strength to truly contest you."
A weakling in the midst of greatness, I see then. And he pats you on the shoulder. Tyrum, a weakling among your party. I understand. We have one of those too. And he looks over his shoulder, and there's like this little dwarf who's just he's been drinking the whole time. One of his eyes is higher, just a little bit higher than the other one, you know. And he's like he gives you like a little thumbs up. Yes, we indeed have one of those as well. But worry not, friend. The bull glances over at you, Luna, lets out a little bit of steam from his nose, and turns back to Tyrum. We will continue a great time, and he storms off back to the bar.
Luna, as he says, standing behind Tyrum, kind of gives him the bird, and then kind of just puts it down quick.
How quick?
Literally, as soon as he turns around, gives him the bird, then puts it back.
Ooh, but so like the rest of the bar would see that, right?
Yes, they definitely see that.
Ooh! The bar erupts. Fang, you know that signs at the back of an enemy that walks away in this city is just disrespectful. Ooh!
Fang shakes his head. Luna, I can't believe you've done this.
The bull
Done what?
stops, and he turns around slow, like The Rock in any movie. Turns around.
Tyrum just he face palms and walks away.
The bull
He
without
walks like Ceras.
Yeah. Ceras is kind of grimacing at this point, and like looks at you, Tyrum, and then like looks back at Luna, and looks back at you again. Is he going to be all right?
I mean, this can play out any number of ways.
He kind of did this to himself, so I guess we should let him learn a lesson. But
The last time we let him learn a lesson, he tore a bear's spine from its body.
This is true.
Thank goodness.
Let's stop it if it gets too crazy. But
Hold on. There should be no killing involved.
Tell that to him. But Tyrum signs at Ceras. I need you to help me convince Kade to cash in a favor with the blacksmith.
Ceras looks at you, Tyrum, and she looks at you and nods her head and goes, "How much did this blacksmith charge you?"
He didn't necessarily charge me anything because I didn't technically ask for it, but he said the value was around 500 gold.
Ceras's eyes widen at that and goes, and she kind of goes like, "Well, I suppose I could, of course, talk to Cade about it. Yeah,
Listen,
I'll give it a
he-
try."
the blacksmith owes him. Kate can't say no to you. I think it'll be all right.
Ceres like nods her head. I'll give it a try, Tyrum. After this next drink. And she grabs the cup next to her and starts drinking. And after this entertainment. Also, we have to keep an eye on him. Make sure he doesn't do anything
The
crazy.
bull.
Yeah,
quietly-
Tyrum leans up against the table and just kind of watches.
The bull.
He also equips his shield.
I love it. The bull drags a fresh barrel of
A fresh
ale.
barrel.
Full. It scrapes across
This is
the
a full
floor.
barrel.
He drags it over to you, Ceres, and he drops the 20 gold on the table, and he gives you a little head nod. But you can see that he's actually pissed. Like the vein in his forehead is growing. The rest of the crowd, ooh, behind your back, behind his back, behind old Frank's back. This guy's dead. Like the crowd is jeering you, Luna, as the bull turns and drags a full barrel of ale to the middle of you and him. And he on the lid. After
Luna walks over to Tyrum and hands Raito over to him. I've been holding Raito this whole
the whole
time.
time.
Ceres
Mhm.
looks at Tyrum and goes, "Should I bet on him? The bull seems so consistent that I bet. I don't know about this one.
Are you
My money's
signing
on the
this or
bull.
are you writing
I'm
this?
signing this."
Oh, okay.
Tyrum puts
Luna walks back over to the barrel and sits down and puts his elbow on the table.
Tyrum puts 10
Let's do
gold
this.
down that the Minotaur wins.
Oh,
Does he
at
say
the
that
moment,
openly?
Yeah, he slams the 10 gold down in the pool. And he says, "All right, Minotaur."
Damn.
Yeah, I
And-
guess I
and-
You
could
know,
put
people
one
are-
gold on. I guess I could put 1 gold on them on Luna. I'll
the
do
mo-
that.
the moment you two say that, the crowd erupts. That's alive, people! The whole crowd swarms the bartender, who instantly switches hats and starts collecting coins from all of the entire bar. Ratio is 4-1, Josh. If you win, your money is quad. But yeah, the bar is going insane. Ceres, if you win, that's 80 gold in your pocket. And Tyrum, if you win, you get, what was that? Just the regular 10? You get
Yeah,
a 10
I
double?
think I
Yeah,
just
20
get 10
double?
gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get 10 gold on top of what I bet.
Fang is also putting 10 gold on the centaur.
Holy, the Minotaur is
For the Minotaur, yeah.
Oh man, Luna, your odds just went up. They are now 5-1, and should you win, your bet is 5 times.
That means I get 100 gold if I win. You better fucking win! She writes it on her board.
Tyrum also puts 5 gold on Luna.
The bartender quickly gives you like a skeleton no. He points at both of them and he starts nodding at you in a one or the other kind of way.
Nah. Fair enough.
So no double dipping.
I'll stick with my 10 on the bull.
Fang, do you want to put in on the? Oh, you already put in. You got 10 on the bull.
Yep.
The bull puts his hands up and he looks at you, Luna.
Excuse me.
Care to wager?
No, I'm good. I'll just take my winnings if I win.
He puts both hands.
Wait. No, hold on. Okay, no, this spell doesn't work. Never mind.
So a coward
I was gonna cast Bane on the bull, but I can't. It's not an attack.
He could rule cool.
Unless let's good old Tyrum wants to explain how he does this without getting caught in a bunch of people.
So
Also, he's got
the
a roll
components.
wisdom, right?
So, would you say that like in the scuffle from when I fucking slammed him through a barrel, that maybe like some wood maybe like cut him up or gave him a splinter or something?
Well, you did lay on hands, so all of his injuries have been healed.
Right. No, I know that, but would there still be some like remnants of blood around?
Yeah, there's like remnants of there's definitely remnants of like broken barrel. But no,
maybe on my armor.
No Dana on the armor.
No.
He's bruised and he is cut up.
Okay. Because it says it needs a verbal, a somatic, a material, and the material being a drop of blood.
You can be your own blood if you really want.
Oh, okay. With Tyrum, I guess Tyrum pricks his finger on a little wooden splinter, and
Ceras
then
is watching this and goes, "Stop it! What are you doing?"
What does somatic mean?
Somatic is like your fingers, hand motions.
Oh, okay. And Tyrum kind of puts out a sign, like on his hand that looks like it. It kind of looks like when Sasuke and when Sasuke was fighting Naruto and he had him doing hand signs with his own hand.
Ceras starts slapping at your hands. Stop it! Stop!
And
I need Luna to win this.
Can Faye see this happening?
Yes.
He's and before he casts it, he says, "Oh, bartender, I'd like to transfer 10 gold over to the human." And he kind of like points the hand symbol at the bull, and he says, "I'm not sure he's gonna really be up for it," and casts Bane, and you have to give me a charisma save.
17 on the die, baby.
He passes.
Seeing
Does a
this
Minotaur have my
happening,
charisma?
seeing this happening, Fane casts Mage Hand right in front of fuck. I'm sorry, Jay.
Fuck.
Tyrum.
Yeah, Tyrum, right in front of Tyrum. I wouldn't do any tricky business if I were you.
The little mage hand is like waving no.
Well, it didn't work anyway.
Not the magic word. And so, Tyrum, last minute, you put your bets in with Luna. How much is that? 10? So you walk
10,
away
yeah.
with 50 gold should you pull out on this? And so, Luna, the Minotaur slams both hands down on the barrel, looking at your elbow, centered in the middle. And he looks at you and he says, "Not going to bet? A coward till the end, then." And he slams a strong hand down, and he grips your hand. Athletics number 1 as the bartender.
He says before that happens, he says, "The only thing to lose is my pride."
Oh man, this would have been cool. Never mind. The bartender puts his hand on your hands, and he gives you a countdown via the fingers. 3, 2, 1. The bull rolls his first athletics.
That's a fucking 6.
Well, the bull rolled a 9, so you feel him start.
No. Ceras looks at Luna, and her eyes flash gold for a second. She thinks really hard about the dynamics and the strength and bodies calculations about how he could possibly do this, and adds +3 to his roll.
Wow! Dead stalemate. The hands don't move. Even though it felt like the bull had the advantage, you both clench. Forearms beefy and veiny. The barrel rickety underneath your elbows. It is a fight, people, as your first athletics will be re-rolled one more time. That is a 12.
Wait, 17.
Holy shit, Luna starts pulling ahead. Good lord. The Minotaur grips and steam beaming out of his nose, burning your chest, Luna. He starts to lose as athletics number 2. He rolled a 25.
And 19.
The Minotaur swells in his chest, grips the barrel, cracking the lid, and slowly starts pushing you 2/3 of the way back down. You feel yourself losing this fight, Luna. You feel it. You feel it in your heart. Yeah,
Wait a minute.
He rolled a 25 on his.
Yeah, he rolled a
move.
25, but we were
1-1.
Yeah, so you got one
Okay.
more. You got one more.
Okay, yeah.
You're only
Okay.
2/3 of the way down. You're not a
Wait a minute.
full 180.
We tied one, and then
you won one,
Okay.
started winning. He
And you
won
said
one.
I was-
He started winning, and now it's the last roll. Did I miss anything?
Interesting.
No, you didn't. Just
No.
roll the
No,
dice.
you didn't.
No, go ahead.
Well, all right. Well, you got to beat a 10, so I believe in you. Good lord.
Oh, I got 11.
Oh, thank God.
And just as the bull pushes Luna's fucking hand all the way, but just about down, the tension rising as the crowd roars. Luna has a quick shift in the hand, and his cat powers power through the bull's arm. Clean loss. Start to finish. It's over.
I knew he could do it this whole time.
Sarah starts clapping, and she starts up and down, and she goes and scoops up the 100 gold.
The bar starts like, Frank, no. The bull is...
As he slams the Minotaur's arm down, Luna goes, "Ah! I'm
Fang just starts shaking his head.
Fangs out 10 gold.
Should have switched last minute, kid.
Ceras walks up to the bowl and gives him 20 gold.
Oh,
I'm sorry for my friend. He's a bit of an ass. But maybe this will make your defeat hurt a little less.
the bull, very dumbfounded by the fact that he even just lost. He really hasn't come to terms with that turnabout down to the last second. He crouches down to eye level with you, Ceras. So really, he's still above you, but he's looking like eye to forehead, and and he pats you on the shoulder, and he gives you a little sniffle, a tear in his eye, and he gives you a hug. I really appreciate that, little one. And he stands up and he starts like burying his eyes in his arm.
Oh! Ceras stares daggers at Luna as Luna is not paying attention at all, screaming about how he's also strong.
And the bull's ears droop just a little bit, but then he puffs his chest out, and old Frank just, all right, another shot. And the bartender brings him some of that good shit. And Frank goes and sits down to the bar. And everyone's like, oh, Frank, you'll give him a... You did good, Frank. It was back to back,
Who's
Frank.
okay?
That's hard.
Damien.
Yeah.
You're getting jumped.
Damien, what?
Like, it sounds like you're getting jumped. All I heard was fight back, and it was your phone.
Luna gets up and walks over to him. What were we doing over here again? We found Ceras. What were we doing here? Oh, okay.
Hey, Damien, is your headset good?
Yeah.
Oh. Having computer problems again?
No, I'm not in the room right now because the baby was being put to sleep.
Oh, that makes more sense. All right. Resume then.
So you were asking him if he had good insight.
We're just running back. I missed it. What?
You asked Damien if he had good insight, and he said yes. And then that's where it ended. That's where we left off.
No, I asked him if he had a good headset.
Oh, I thought you said insight. That's fine.
Tyrum just responds, I was just looking for Ceras. It seems I found her.
Yeah, alright. Well, just letting you know, I only have one of those locating spells for, one per rest, so...
Tyrum just kind of shrugs his shoulders. I mean, it's not that big of a town. I'm sure we could find Kate regularly. But then
Yeah.
he looks back at Ceras, who's collecting her winnings and whatnot. And he asks Ceras, what else did you find in the town?
Well, there are many bars, many very good bars, might I add.
Aside from the alcohol, Ceras.
Well,
Oh.
let's see. We started out in Fang's bar. Oh, yes, very important. So the
As
that
Sarah
bar that-
starts yammering this together. No, go ahead. Actually, go ahead.
Oh, okay. The bar that we were in, the Broken Fang, that very funny Fang. She like punches him in the arm. Very funny. The owner, the certificate of ownership, Angeline Nightbane, possibly related to who's that crazy bitch? Oh yes, Tyrum, you did those terrible things to that one terrible person and did those, hung her up and all
Bang, they are
that.
absolutely.
Tyrum like cocks
Oh,
his
you're talking about
eyebrow.
Lois?
Tyrum
Bang.
cocks his eyebrow
Lois
like the rock.
Nightbane, Angeline Nightbane.
Lois had a
maybe-
sister?
Fang,
Oh,
as
shit.
Ceres is making these assumptions, you know that the plaque on the wall is in fact your older sister, and you do know that there were always talks of a long distance sister that she may or may not have, but you've never met her. But yeah, you hear Ceres rambling on like this, and Tyrum entertaining.
Well,
it.
I'm signing it.
Ooh.
Oh, I thought you were
Oh, never
writing
mind.
it.
You,
I'm sorry.
you just
which is
you
why
see them
Luna was
talking in sign
responding.
language.
I'm
really
talking
fast.
to Tyrum right now.
Never
That
Oh,
bar
mind.
yeah,
might have been
no,
funded
Fang
with
wouldn't know
money
what's
from
going
them.
on then. Fang can't read signage.
Yeah, Fang, you have no idea what's happening. They're just signing like hand jutsus.
That bar might be funded by Rasheen's money.
Rasheen's money, quite possibly. That would be crazy, wouldn't it, Tyrum? That would be absolutely crazy.
What else did you see?
Let's see. We went to we went to a magic shop.
Okay,
Very
now when Ceres cobbles this part together in sign language, the party notices a small mouse jump on the counter, and he is dressed in full Roman attire, helmet and cape. He's got a spear on his back, and he's wielding a little short sword, and he taps it on the counter in front of all of you.
a mouse.
A mouse.
Look at this cute little mousey! Isn't he so quaint? Ceres goes to pet him.
He pulls his sword out and he points it at the tip of your finger. Hey, hands off, little one. And he kind of
Little one.
he kind of like circles your hand sword out.
She puts her fingers on the table, like 2 fingers, and like walks around like it's a little guy. And,
The mouse readies his shield and starts like shadow boxing with his sword at your fingers. Hey, back up, buddy. I'm serious. You'll get hurt.
Ceres, what were you saying earlier?
Hey, guys. Hey, listen. Hey. And the mouse is desperately trying to get your attention, Tyrum. So Ceres.
Right, so hops onto the table.
Oh, the mouse readies he puts his sword away and readies his spear. And
No,
he's
no,
screaming-
So
no,
gets down
don't
into
hurt
a
the little
fucking predator
mousey.
position.
Don't hurt the little mousey.
he
He's so
screams
cute.
at you. Hey, down here! Hey! He's like,
Tyrum,
he's
Right,
like
so
panicking.
pounces.
Tyrum slams his hand down on the fucking on
On the
the
mouse.
he slams his hand down on the bar table. What?
As you slam your hand down, he very quickly scales your wrist and runs up your shoulder. If you will all look at the Discord, I'm about to send you a picture of what said mouse looks like. And he runs up your arm, Tyrum, and he says, man, thought I was a goner there. You the guys working with Kade? The name's Rome. I'm one of his scouts.
Bless you.
Be blessed. Hey, I'm one of his scouts. He said you guys might be lost. Hey, listen, you might be lost, and if you just come with me, I'll show you where Kate is.
Oh, he's so cute. Do we trust the cute mousy? Tyrum, do we trust him?
So Cade thinks that one of us might be lost.
Well, he really just said go find all of yous. I've been running around this town all day, might add. You know how much harder it is for a guy like me, huh? But I've been running around all day following all of yous guys' hullabaloo, and here we are. So, Cade said each and every one of yous might not know, well, with the exception, and like, he like points his sword at you, Ceras, except for that one. That one may have known, but he said you guys were taking a little long for his taste, so he sent me. He looks at you, Ceras, and he says, his best guy.
Tyrum kind of rolls his eyes, and he was like, "All right, I guess you can lead the way then."
All right, come on. And he like taps his sword on your shoulder, and he points towards the door.
So
Ceras
they're
goes
walking
on
out,
to describe to Tyrum as we're walking. He says, yes, so we went to this magic shop, and I might have misjudged a.
misjudged a what?
Yeah, you cut off. Simon!
And then rocks fall, and the mouse dies.
Then rocks fall.
Yeah,
Simon?
You like my little mouse guy?
Simon died.
What
I
happened to
wish my
Simon?
Discord would fucking respond right now.
He fell off the face of the earth, guys.
That mouse is wearing Millennia's helmet.
Is it?
From Elden Ring. That's what it looks like.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, these little guys run errands for Cade. He's got a whole rope between them. They're called the Oryazak. No, Oryaza. They're the Oryaza, which is Latin for rice. The ricers.
Rice?
Yeah, the ricers. Get it? Because they're small.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
I like the whole little mouse with the shield and whatnot. Spear.
Tyrum is desperately biting his nails, awaiting to see what Ceras is attempting to sign. But Ceras is like still blasted, guys. So Ceras is like staring down at her fingers, trying to figure out how the fuck to say this to you, Tyrum. That's what I imagine is happening right now. Ceras is like so dumb.
Man, I
She's
sure
not even
hope
walking.
the party's all right. That's what Michaelo was thinking.
Michaelo, it's been snowing. You might have even dozed off. I don't think you've actually had a good long sleep and like a real rest.
Hey, he's back.
We love Cat
itself. But yeah, Ceras just goes, Tyrum, promise me, I made a little mistake. Just promise you won't be mad.
What mistake? What did you misjudge?
Just promise me you won't be mad, Tyrum.
Tyrum rolls his eyes and then signs fine.
Ceras, roll me an insight. Ceras, roll me an insight, and Tyrum, roll me a deception.
I'm not.
Just say that.
Oh, okay. Dirty 20.
Disgusting.
Holy shit. Sorry, I have to reload my character sheet. I think I have a plus something on insight. I really hope I do. Insight. I have a plus 3, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Ooh, all right. Remember that, Ceras. He said he wouldn't get
okay. And Ceras goes, okay, so there was this guy, and he was very nice. He ran this cute little shop with these cute little orphans, and they were very cute. Anyways, so I saw he had a branding, and it looked a lot like the symbol of Kydros, and I asked him if my friend who was a part of the order would be in any danger here, because I was concerned about you, you see. And he got really scared and closed up his shop
Tyrum's
immediately.
ears perked up at the sign of a branding symbol, and and his eyes like flash green for a second.
Ceres like fucking like kind of like crunches in on herself and like kind of like looks up at Tyrum like just waiting.
Magic shop full of orphans. You said branding on his arm.
The little mouse
Yes.
turns around. Well, magic shop run by orphans. Is big lizard guy there too?
Yes, that lizard man. They looked very strong.
Oh
Very
yeah, the mouse like is kind of leaning on your neck, Tyrum. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's Vio. You know, the Vio," and he like gestures at you, Tyrum.
So I've heard. Who's the
Oh,
other guy?
Oh, that's just the shopkeep. He started up a couple months ago.
You know his name?
is Zill.
Zill. The Zill, you say?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's his name. Yeah.
What
He was a very good guy. You know,
his
very
eyes?
nice.
His eyes one color or two?
Two colors.
That's a weird question. The mouse. That's a weird question to ask.
Wait,
I
so
think
you know this guy? Is he dangerous?
Tyrum picks the mouse up and puts him on Luna's shoulder.
Hey! No, wait, no, stop! Put me down! You drop him on Luna's shoulder. That's not nice. And he like swings.
What, you don't
his
like
spear at
me?
you. No, I don't like being picked up. And he like kicks the bottom of your neck.
I've got some reminiscing to do.
Reminiscing with the shopkeep? Come on, man. Kade needs you now. That guy, he runs a shop with orphans. What do you need to talk to him about now?
I'll meet up with you guys later.
You don't even know where you're going. The brat is like, the mouse at Rome is throwing his hands. You don't even, but hey, follow me.
Tyrum turns and makes eye contact with the rat and his eyes glow. I will find you later.
Yeah. Go ahead, roll me that intimidation.
That's that's a 21.
Yeah, almost instinctively, he sees the glow in your eyes and he drops his fucking spear and readies his shield. Hey! I'm not playing with you, guy. Keep that shit over there. And he like quickly scurries behind Luna's neck and he kind of pokes out. Okay, all right, guys, can we just get going, please? Fuck, that guy's no good. Just follow me. Jeez, he starts.
What's the name of the shop?
It was Orphan Escape. Oh no, it's now Orphans and Apothecary Magic Shop. But be warned, that Vio character looks very like when I say strong, I mean it. He
Also, Ceras,
looks ridiculously strong.
Ceras, I love the idea that you've been traveling so much that you've only heard of like the uprising and the marching of the orcs like through hand tales. You haven't really put together who he is and what that means.
Nope, she is not.
Where's that shop at?
Down that way, I think. I kind of started wandering at one point. We got very drunk, me and Feng. Very fun. Our drinking escapade. It was so much fun.
Tyrum begins to head in the direction that Ceras pointed.
So have you still been signing this the whole time while we've been standing in front of you guys?
Yes.
Or are you writing on a board now? Wow.
No,
Luna's just sitting here like, what is Luna asking?
Ceres writes on the board.
Hey, Ceras,
Well,
real quick,
yeah.
this is the first time you've looked at your board in a while, right?
Yes.
Okay. In the bottom right corner, you see a small message that says "Get rid of them."
Oh no.
Ceres like her whole fucking face drops.
Ceras, you very quickly sober up as the dead end starts to wash out after 30 minutes. This probably feels like a crushing post-nut clarity.
Yeah, it really is.
What timing?
Yeah. Ceres goes, I need to use the bathroom. I'll catch up with you. Where are you going, Mouse?
The mouse just pokes at like Luna's ear. We'll wait for you. Kade really wanted to talk to you and Tyrum, but you seem to be occupied. You guys are making it hard for Cade's best guy to get his work done, I might add.
Yeah, calm down, little mousy. I'll be there soon. I've got important things to do. And then she goes,
like using the bathroom?
Yes, using the bathroom. And then she walks over into an alleyway.
Does Ceras do this by any means kind of nervous looking? Like, if the rest of the party wanted to notice it.
Roll for insight.
Like, she's not
passives?
trying to... Yeah, she's not trying to show it, so I guess I'll roll a deception.
Deception? Yep, and it'll go against either you guys' passive perceptions, or y'all can roll an insight, too.
I rolled an insight, and that would be a 19.
That would be a 6. Deception.
Oh, well, my
Damn.
You all, you know what? No, you all instantly notice Ceras
Like,
looks a little sketchy.
you see panic. You see a little bit of panic in her eyes.
Tyrum, before you walk off, even you notice that she looks a little jittered.
Yeah, but I could also be jittered because I told him not to be mad.
Yeah, I guess Tyrum just assumed that feeling of shock and uncomfortability comes from the fact that she perceives Tyrum is about to do something violent.
Also, are all of you just gonna let Tyrum walk away? I mean, you know.
I mean,
Don't mean.
Follow behind Tyrum to see
I can't
what's going
stop.
on.
He's his own man.
I mean, I've got a mouse on my shoulders, and I kind of need to make sure Ceras is okay, and Tyrum's strong.
That Fang is offered to escort him back to the shop. He's a local. So, all right. So we got Fang and Tyrum walking to the shop with Ceras, Luna, Romeo walking to Kade, and Michaelo by himself.
I'm just
Listen,
over here.
kid, you should probably go back to the party.
What do you plan on doing?
That is between myself and this Zill person.
What do you plan on doing when you're there?
What?
What do you plan on doing when you get there?
Like I said, this is between Zill and I.
Follow.
I don't like that look in your eyes.
Got that crazy look in your
He
eyes.
said, "I don't look at the. Yeah, I don't like the
Okay.
look in your eyes."
And so Fang continues on quietly after Tyrum as he leads him through the city, with Romeo guiding one Ceras, who is now sobered up and about to go. Yeah, and Luna waiting on Ceras. We're gonna jump to Michaelo because honestly, bro has been freezing his shell off.
No,
And,
I drank that hot cocoa. It lasted 24 hours.
That is true, but you're also covered in snow. I just meant, like, at this point, you're like a prop next to this guy's house in full meditation.
Yes.
It's been at least an hour at this point, and nothing, Michaelo. He has not come back. But something else interesting is about to happen. As you sit there meditating, two very large individuals approach the shop. I told you we have to come back here before we leave. He always takes good care of our gear. Why am I always stuck with you?
Michaelo opens up one eye to look at him.
In front of you are two very large individuals.
Oh, no.
One wearing samurai-esque gear, a shoulder pad with two large swords hanging off of his side. The other is a red individual with horns, both towering 9 to 10 feet tall. The red one looks much stronger than the blue one, and his sword is as big as he is. They look like this. These two Onis approach the shop.
Holy fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Damn.
Oh, okay, so it's just Hellboy with a samurai sword. Got it.
We got Hellboy with a samurai sword and blue. But the two Onis begin walking up the old rickety pass to the old man blacksmithing shop. They come up they come up arguing, squabbling as probably siblings do, Michaelo, and they get to standing around as the red one knocks very aggressively on the door. It rattles the door. It almost looks like it kind of knocks it down, or like it would if he were to put just a little bit of force in it. And They stand around muttering to themselves. This guy is always drunk. The red one is kind of talking out loud. The blue one is really more listening. He's a quiet type.
Hi
What's that over
guys.
there? The blue one quickly shifts his focus to you. Not startled, but his hand is on the hilt of his blade. Very smooth execution. The red one just kind of peeks over. And how long have you been sitting there?
About an hour. You know,
Mm.
I've been waiting for the blacksmith. He's not here right now.
Old man Gadded isn't here, huh? I wonder who got him out of his shell. That old man never has any business. What brings you here?
I just want to have a couple of my weapons checked out. You know,
Mm.
maybe upgrade them a few.
Are you still like talking to them through the snow?
Yeah. I haven't moved the snow off of me yet.
The red one brushes like kind of aggressively past the blue one, shoving him a little bit, and he walks over. Why don't you stand up and introduce yourself then? It's only proper, respect. The blue one mumbles under his breath. This one clearly has no honor. You're wasting your time.
Michaelo leans forward and all the snow falls off and he kind of shakes himself off. Hi, I'm Michaelo.
Real quick, that necklace we talked about, is it always on display?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm gonna roll 2%. What's your Nah. The two Onis look down at you as you shake off the snow. Turtle all the way up here. That's weird. A little cold for your type. The blue one rolls his eyes and turns around.
Yeah, but I'm kind of on this journey, you know. Adventures.
Adventures are fun. Sucks. Our foreign business has come to an end. We can no longer we can no longer affair in these parts affairs, sadly. So we come to Gadded to get our weapons fixed before we travel a great distance home.
Oh,
But
that's cool.
yes, it is cool, as you kids say. But yeah, just sucks. Wish we had a little bit more to do. And as he finishes his sentence, he looks down upon you, Michaelo, and he notices your necklace. He leans down and he leans in, Michaelo. He's like face to face with you really, really quickly.
Michael is
And
kind of like leaning back a little bit.
He's leaning even further in. He's trying to put his horns on your forehead.
I'm just. You know how a boa hand stands? I'm kind of just like leaning my whole body back.
You've got the Steve weave going on, but
Yeah.
he's like Frankenstein bent over forehead to forehead. He is like perfect, like squared off around you.
May I help you, guy?
He leans in just a little bit closer. And he stands up.
Michael leans forward.
He turns around and taps the blue one on the shoulder. Seems like the queen was right. I can't believe we missed it. The blue one
What's
looks kind of confused, and they start whispering.
what's going on, guys?
They ignore you as they whisper among themselves. The queen.
Well, I'll let you guys get to it. And Michael starts walking off.
The red one puts his hand out in front of you, fast as shit. The size of his hand is as big as your chest. These, like I said, large creatures. And he turns around.
That's a big hand you got there.
Yes. Hold on a minute, friend. Do you like stories?
I could go for a good story while I wait for the blacksmith.
Michaelo, they've both pretty much circled you. Both of them cutting off your exits, but like your shell to the blacksmith shop, and they've kind of got you surrounded. And the red one begins. We come from an isle off the southern coast, of course, where the sun warms the waters and the trees glow beautiful and majestic colors of pink and purple. The Oni Isle is a magnificent place, ruled by only the finest of royalty. The red one starts circling as the blue one He never took his hand off the hilt of his sword, to be honest with you. And he begins circling. Long ago, our queen was a mere princess, and in quite the predicament, I might add. But
Do you guys want to
she
go
had-
to the bar, grab a beer while we do this, or?
The red one keeps talking. She had two retainers. He talks a little louder, actually. She had two retainers. A noble Oni to her side, and a rat. He taught her the ways of martial arts, and in her grand uprising, the traitor ran off. The old ruler's children went missing, and that rat was never heard from again. He's got both hands behind his back. The stomping from his feet on the ground is more pronounced as he circles you. You see, our new ruler, the retainer that stayed and protected the princess, he is now in charge. And the Lord Shred has plenty of business in these parts. Both of them square off and face you. The blue one readies the sword.
He sounds like a good guy. That retainer that stayed.
Merciful indeed. Do you perhaps know anything about the Onis? You can roll me a history to see if you remember any of Splint's teachings.
Okay. Oh. That could not have been more of a perfect roll for Michaelo than that I could have ever heard of. It's a nat 1.
You've
Michaelo
heard
never paid attention to any of the stories.
Fuck off. All right.
No, I don't. I've never really heard of them.
That is so fitting.
The Isle has strange customs, and in our honor-bound duties, we have two things to tell you. One, the blue one draws a sword, and the red one puts his hand on his sword. First things first. We had a previous ruler, a family of tortoise such as yourself, with 5 heirs. 4 of them went missing the night the retainer, the rat, left. Do you want to know that rat's name?
Sure.
Nezumi. Nezumi no Omoshi. The princess always had a soft spot for her teacher. He taught her many martial arts with many weapons. But the night her uprising began, and the previous rulers who were turtles like yourself were murdered, those 4 of their heirs went missing. That medallion you have on your neck is the only representing symbol for that rat. And you said your name was Michaelo?
Yeah.
The blue one pulls out 2 weapons and he throws them at your feet. He pulls them out of like his side pack. They are beautifully maintained. One is a long sword in a new sheath with a beautiful golden casing, and the other a stick wrapped in golden silk. Our business and foreign affairs have ended here, but it is only customary that we return the belongings to the last of kin. And the blue one kicks both of them at your feet. Michaelo, you know what these are. They've been well maintained, improved even from the last time you saw them. But you know what these are. You know who these belong to.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do.
Michaelo picks them up.
Michaelo, down in both of your in your hands belong the weapons that your older brothers used. Like I said, definitely repaired and even improved, but you've trained many hours with your brothers. You know these weapons at a glance.
Where did you guys get these?
Roman Scion has called us to pick up an individual. But he also reported something interesting to us about traitors living in the sewers. Fitting for trash.
Oh, well, I mean, the cool guys live in the sewers. I mean,
we did our diligence and we killed the rat. The 2 turtles that protected him lost their lives as well. Great fighters trained by a true master, but none as mighty as us Oni. and he bears down upon you, Michaelo. You can feel his presence, his eyes glowing a violent red. Luckily for you, small turtle, our affairs end here. We will be taking our leave.
Can you just repeat what you just said a few moments ago?
The blue one quickly interjects. We killed your family.
Fuck.
Yeah, as soon as he says that, Michaelo fucking slaps him upside the head with that stick.
Want me to hit?
Oh no.
Nat 20, baby! Let's go!
Let it begin. Let it begin.
That's a 25 to hit.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you how this is going to work. You're going to get first in initiative. They're going to follow you up.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and take your whole turn.
Okay, Michael is going to hit the other one, also with the stick.
I love that. And roll me to hit.
12?
It does not hit. Sad to say.
And then, yeah, that's gonna be it for my flow.
No bonus actions.
Michaelo starts channeling a little bit of ki.
Oh, hell yeah!
But he doesn't notice it.
You swung on the red oni and the stick missed, but the blue oni takes how much damage?
I did not. Would that be an unarmed strike or?
I'll give you club
You
damage.
said you hit him with the stick.
Yeah, I'll give you club damage.
Okay, club damage. Okay.
Or is that 1d8?
That is 1d8.
And you're proficient, so plus your strength modifier.
Plus my strength modifier.
Yep, because you are proficient at all of these weapons.
And that is a 10 damage.
He takes it on. He takes
it.
Oh yeah, that's 20 damage.
You clock the blue one, split top of the head, right in the helmet. He looks just a little bit shaken up, but ultimately he's unfazed, and they're gonna take their turn now. So roll me 2 constitutions.
Ooh. That's a 10 for the first one, and a dirty 20.
Don't even roll the second one.
Oh,
Blue Oni quickly strikes back using his action to make a stunning strike on you, Michaelo. As soon as you hit him with the stick and whiff the red Oni, he clocks you in the jaw. You feel your body shaken from the force of that hit, and you are stunned until the start of your next turn. You cannot move, and all attacks have advantage. The red Oni is also going to make a stunning strike, but you fail because you're stunned.
Mm-hmm.
And he straight up. He's gonna rule book me. Oh. Hello?
Josh,
Toss
did
the
you
book
have
at
anything to
you. I didn't say anything. That wasn't me.
I thought it was Jeremy.
say? Oh.
That was weird. All right. Yeah, the red one's going to go ahead, and he's going to make a stunning strike, but his kicks off in strength rather than constitution. So he is going to kick the fuck out of you. He kicks you straight into the wall of the blacksmith's,
I was on the door,
blacksmith.
so wouldn't it open?
He just kicks you into the wall, breaking up the stone. He doesn't kick you through the door. You drop to your knees as your body feels like it's shutting down. You can barely cough together words. You can't move. You speak falteringly, and attack rolls against you have advantage. And
Have I
as you
taken any
do
damage?
this-
I mean, I definitely have, but
Oh yeah, you took 14 force damage.
14.
And as they lay you on, as he pretty much kicks you to shit, they both used a little bit of movement and they lean in. You're lucky our affairs in the foreign is done here. This is the only reason you're gonna survive today. The Lord Shred will not overlook this oversight. we'll be back. And they both gonna use their bonus actions to shadow step out of your field of
I'm gonna
vision.
kill you.
Yeah, you remember how you told me it didn't matter how far the shadow was?
Yeah.
I remember. Michaelo, a couple minutes pass by as your breathing stabilizes and your body starts to untense from the sheer stunning strike that just fucked you. And you start to regain your senses. At the same moment, the blacksmith returns home, carrying an ample amount of stuff to build and clean with. He's also smells heavily of booze.
So Ron, just for inventory's sake, I have a longsword and a new club.
Yeah, I mean it's the staff, but yeah, we'll just say it's a. Actually, they might have a bow staff of some type.
You said that they were improved
It
since
would
last
just
time.
be a quarterstaff.
Huh?
It would just be a
We're just gonna.
quarterstaff.
We'll say one of them's one's a staff of striking,
A staff of striking.
but it requires attunement. Throwing that out there.
Staff of striking. Okay. And you said the
Apologies, fellas.
longsword?
The fire alarm was going off.
Damn. I guess that's what we heard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You said a longsword. It's just a normal longsword.
it's just a normal longsword.
Okay.
Your brother Leonard didn't need improved tricks. He was raw.
Yeah, he fucking was. Okay.
And like I said, the blacksmith comes stumbling up, smelling strongly of booze, and he is carrying a bunch of shit to work with.
Hi, blacksmith.
Oh, how long you been sitting out? He looks at the little crack in his wall, and he looks at the pile of snow where you were sitting, and he just glances at you.
Sorry
looking
about
like
the
you.
damage.
It was just you, and you do this to mess you up.
It really was this big red guy and this blue guy.
Red guy, blue guy. The blue one had real big swords, and the red guy had horns. Those guys.
Yeah, those
Love
guys.
Those guys always come to my shop and spend a lot of money. I love those guys. Oh yeah, he like circles around. Where those guys go? He doesn't see him. You scare him off or something? What the fuck is your problem, guy?
Michaelo doesn't say anything to that.
What again? He like walks past you and starts kicking his door open, stumbling in with all this stuff. What can I do for you? I've already got a busy schedule. Two kind gentlemen, an elf, and some weird looking human came in here and they bought me out. So unless you got quick repairs, I'm really out to shop today, friend. He comes like slamming stuff around. He quickly starts throwing coal into the fire.
Michaelo puts down Leonard's other sword that he had on the table, and he takes out the stuff that was wrapped in the rag, and he puts that on the table as well, and says, "Hey, can you upgrade these?"
Are you ready to tell us what that thing is wrapped in the rags?
I left it in the rag right now, so when the blacksmith opens it, I'll say what it is.
The blacksmith drops all his shit, grudgingly walks over, and he inspects Leonard's sword, his first sword, not the one that you just got back, right?
Yeah. It's a short sword.
Yes, he inspects the short sword, and you know what? Whoever had this must have had a lot of love for this weapon. Seems like it's been through many of battles, but he starts like inspecting the blade, the hilt. He's like measuring the indents of the grippies on the handle, and he's like, yeah, this sword was beloved. Who did you say this was for? Whoever used this was a master at craft.
Yeah, he was a master. Yeah.
Oh, was.
He was
I'm sorry to hear that.
The best swordsman I ever knew.
He looks at the tip a little bit more. I don't know about the best. His swing was a little shallow in some places.
No, that's mine. That's my swing.
He looks at the swing. He looks at the sword and looks at you, and he flips it around and hits you with the hilt. How dare you use such a fine? How dare you use such a fine sword? Only proper equipment deserves to be used properly. And he like stumbles backwards.
You don't think I know that?
No, it doesn't seem like you do, looking at the way the sword has been used. You bloody fucking idiot.
Love that he's like walking about.
But he places the sword on the table, back in its sheath, and he picks up the cloth. Oh, what was this? What we got here as he unveils it?
It is 2 nunchucks.
Yeah! Yeah! Oh, and who do these bloody things belong to? Seems like whoever used them had the wrong attitude for training, if you ask me. He starts polishing the wooden ends that are encased in, like, what would that be? Acrylic?
What?
What do your nunchucks look like?
They're metal.
Oh yeah, even better.
Straight up metal nunchucks.
Two tungsten rods taped together by one thick chain. He begins polishing them, and he runs his hands through the dents. He inspects the chain, and he takes a look and pauses for a minute. And he looks at you, and he looks back at the nunchucks, and he looks at you, squints a little bit, looks back at the nunchucks. These must be yours.
Michaelo thinks to himself, how the fuck did he know that? And he does, yeah, they are.
Used by stupid, that's why they look stupid. And he throws them like to you.
I go to catch him.
You wanna roll me a sleight of hand, see if you catch him. Fuck it.
11.
You drop the nunchucks.
God damn it.
You barely catch one of them though. See, stupid. That's why they look stupid, like you. And
This damn dwarf.
You should have.
Michaelo's having a rough day.
He really is. And he sits back in a chair that's got a like half full glass of ale in the mug, and he just downs the rest of it. You know what? I'm in a good mood. Good customers. Leave your stuff here. I'll fix them up. Come back, and he looks at the non-existent watch on his wrist. I say about 7.5 hours. 6 if you get me more alcohol.
Michaelo goes, okay. I'll be back in a few minutes with some alcohol.
Hey, you do good, you get good. That's what I'm talking about. The repairs are on me. And he kind of like shoos you away.
Michaelo walks out, still like kind of like holding his like where his belly is.
Yeah, you're gonna feel that reverberating in the diaphragm for a little bit. He like full front kicked you 10 feet into a wall. You know, not really 10 feet, but it feels like you went 10 feet.
Spartan kicked him right in the chest.
Yeah.
I would say if I cracked the wall, I would say like part of my shell is cracked a little bit too.
Yeah, some of the scaling on the shell is like chipped off. Some of your color is faded.
So, like, does your shell like grow back too, or do you have to find a new shell if it breaks?
So how
He's
turtles?
not a crab. He's a turtle.
So how turtles work is like they shed like any other reptile.
Uh-huh.
Gonna have a nasty scar from that though.
Yeah.
Michaelo, as you run into the town looking for a quick bar, you roll me. What's your passive perception?
12.
Oh yeah, for sure. You've been trained. Your senses just a little bit heightened to your surroundings, even if you don't show it to everybody else. But you noticed a large rioting towards the middle of town, and as you ran a little bit into the city from the outskirts, you run into none other than Fang and Tyrum.
Hey guys.
They seem to be quietly walking. Tyrum looks pissed, and Fang doesn't really know what to do. So like like the teenage child he is, he's just kind of like making random noises and pointing shit out. I don't know.
Don't tell me you intend on following me too.
Why? What's going on?
Also, Michaelo,
do you need help?
Before you get into it, do you look visibly hurt? Like, could they tell you just got kicked in the fucking chest?
Yeah. Michaelo like has his arm like on his like on his front shell, and he's kind of like leaning over a bit.
The only one who looks like they need help here is you, Michaelo.
Yeah, Fang looks over and sees Michaelo hunched over. What the hell happened to you?
I met some characters who were not very nice.
That's an understatement.
And
who were they? Actually, you know what?
Them.
I've got shit I need to attend to, so you can save that for later. Cyrus went that way, and he points in the direction that they came from.
Wait, what's your business?
I have no business.
What? You just told me that you had business to attend to.
Fang, you can interject if you'd like.
Fang looks over and says that he's going to the orphan and orphan and apothecary.
Same, bro.
My brain just fucking.
Okay, I'll figure out a way to get there, and I start. Oh wait, Fang, where's like the quickest bar?
And he just. Fang points
in the direction of Ceras.
Yeah, points in the direction of Ceras, and just follows right behind.
Tyrum.
Tyrum.
Hey, does Michaelo ever squeak out what happened? Are you gonna tell him about the thing?
I did. I said I ran into some characters.
Could you tell him who?
What is that?
I didn't.
4,
No, I didn't tell him who.
Oh, okay. Michaelo, you rush off. Or not even rush. You limp all the way to the bar that Ceras aimed. Before that, I'll let you two flip a coin. Simon, we can do your thing, or Tyrum and Fang, we can do your thing. You don't want to roll off for it.
Let's just do Tyrum and Fang's thing.
It looks like Jeremy's muted right now.
I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Just forewarn. Going into this, I hope you know what you're doing. All right.
Oh shit.
Let's go ahead and pull a stat. The two of yous march into the upper end of town, and Fang, you guide Tyrum to the shop. Out front are two children flipping signs and yelling for people to come and buy potions and as well as other magical items.
Tyrum walks up to the kids.
Tyrum, roll me a history. The save's not.
Oh, well, that's good. I got a 19.
Oh, yeah.
History, 21, excuse me.
Yeah, the two of the kids strike you almost immediately. Younglings of your order who were supposedly murked.
What are their names?
Tim and Alice.
Okay.
They're both humans. Tim and Alice are flipping signs.
Tim! Alice!
Both of
Is that
them,
you?
Both of them snap and drop their signs in the snow. They both well up with tears as they charge into you and try to knock you over. You gonna let them knock you over?
No.
And they just charge you. Roll me in athletics against the two kids.
Oh my
They're gonna
god,
try
he is
to
a youth
never
pastor.
mind. They rolled the one. The consistent.
I was about to say.
They both struggle to push you to the ground as they snot and cry into your armor, but they to no avail. And they look up to you. We thought you were dead. They just can't even get the words out. These kids are bawling.
Tyrum ruffles their hair, and but I'm very relieved to hear that you and Alice are all right. Are any of the other younglings here?
It's not just us, Mr. Tyrum. We all made it out. We had to hide in the prison cells for a few days, but Mr. He like leans in. Mr. Zill, he came back for us like he said he would, and we ran into some weird problems in the northern part of the continent, but he eventually met Mr. Vio, and they got us to this safe place, and he just like can't stop crying.
You're saying Zilla got you to safety?
Shh. No, no! Zill! Got it, Mr. Zill, got it. Both of them are like heavily shushing you. Mr. Zill!
Tyrum nods his head and he says, well, why don't you show me where the rest of the younglings are? I'd love to meet them.
Oh, they grab both your hands and yank you after them. They pull you quickly into the shop. Fang, you are watching these kids like lose their fucking mind, by the way. What do you feel about all of this?
Fang taken aback, seeing these orphans just lose their shit.
Fang, you might find a little bit of sympathy in the fact that you know these kids are orphans like yourself, but they seem to have found a family member, and that might warm your heart a bit. I don't know.
Have you been reading your studies?
Of course, we pray and we worship and we study every day. We managed to grab enough of our scriptures before the fire started to really practice the way. The Kydros' fate has led us to these safe havens, and they both bring you to the door of the shop. As they open the door, dragging you by both of your hands in, you are greeted by a very large lizard, holding more boxes of shit, and you are face to face with what I assume you know is Via, as somebody that's lived the life you have and keeps up on his travels. You would know exactly who this gentleman is.
Tyrum kind of like eyes him up and down. The great dragon of Bahamut.
The last of a kind, if you will. And he puts the boxes down, and he kind of like puffs his chest out a little bit as he walks over to you. You who are unarmored, and he looks at you, puts his finger on his chin. And whom are you? Never seen you around here before.
Tyrum doesn't back down. He just makes eye contact with Vio. Someone who's taken up a righteous cause of their own.
Righteousness is hard to find, my friend, especially those that are loyal to the cause. He eyes you for a little bit. Tyrum, by any chance, do you have any semblance of anger on your face at all walking into the shop?
There is a little bit of anger. But the orphans subsided most of it.
If you would like to roll me a deception, Vio's gonna roll an insight, but why are you here?
My deception is a 10.
He rolled a 12, so it was almost a fucking shoe-in.
Truth be told, I'm here to investigate, or not. I hear tell of a certain person who runs this magic shop, and I was hoping to have a discussion with him.
He eyes the symbol that you keep posted around your neck, and he straightens up, and if this person were here, what would you have to tell them? Just to be on the safe side?
Tyrum looks down at the orphans, and he looks back at him.
The rest of the kids have also started noticing you as Vio is making this stance. The rest of the kids kind of jump you, so once again, roll me in athletics to see if they knock you in. And the save is much higher.
Oh, fuck. He doesn't pass.
The kids bulldoze you as 12 of the younglings from your order, whose names are all important, but not with us right now. They just batter you, all of them crying and sniveling.
All right, children. We will have time for sentimentalities later.
We were so scared. It was Kydros' life that got us through it. We did what you said. We remembered all of your training. We did our best. Like, the kids are snotting all over your clothes that you just now been exposed into the rest of the world for once in this campaign. And Vio looks down at you being tackled, and he just nods as he walks the opposite direction.
Tyrum fights his way back to his feet.
The kids, one of the kids, what was his name? The one we thought of at work. What was his name? Shit.
I don't know. I think he was Tim.
He was Tim. That doesn't help. Fuck it. Fly me another name. What do we got?
George.
Jeffrey.
Why did you both go?
Dahmer.
Why?
Jonald.
Jesus Christ,
Doc?
guys.
Goofy.
There's nothing to accompany that. It's just goofy.
Come on, Tyrum. You know this kid. You know this kid better than all the other younglings. This is the kid.
Davil.
Called Aiden.
Davil?
Yeah, Davil.
You fight your way up to
Devin?
your feet, and standing in front of you is a small, high elf by the name of Davil. His sword drawled, his scowl sharp, and his words are none. He readies his sword at you, for you know what this means. This kid is challenging you to a duel. He always does, and he always will.
Tyrum picks up his shield and he looks around for a stick.
Tim hurries over with the broom that he cracked like the handle off of.
You know,
Mr. Tyrum, he's been waiting for this.
Tyrum takes the broom handle and twirls it, and then he readies himself. All right, then. Show me what you got.
Fang, you're watching Tyrum about to throw down with children after meeting.
I think Tyrum gets all the easy fights.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fang, you see Tyrum spin his broomstick as he's about to throw down with this fucking elf. This little kid.
Fang's just watching. What's gonna happen?
The kid's gonna roll the hit. What's your AC real quick?
You
Like
tell me a
30.
number. I'll tell you what it hits.
I know it's not above 20 anymore, guys. That guy is unarmored right now, and it doesn't hit. You're right. The kid comes flying past you with his wooden sword, but he's gonna use his bonus action because he too is a shield master, and he's going to try to shove you. He quickly lunges into you with his shoulder to try to knock you off balance, and it doesn't work.
Wow.
Tyrum is going to use a tripping attack. he's gonna attempt to trip the kid.
Roll me an athletics.
Ooh.
He
Yikes.
rolled a 14.
Okay, well he survives the trip attack,
As he pushes into you.
but I get another one because
Oh,
I have 2
no.
attacks per action.
Oh, the paladin's gonna use both his attacks on the kid? Jesus Christ.
Nat 20.
Oh,
Oh.
what are you
He kills the kid.
It's fucking
That kills him.
Blunt head trauma.
Tyrum.
Non-lethal.
Tyrum, of course, it's non-lethal. Tyrum
he hops the tripping attack, and then
Tyrum knocks the sword out of his hand while he's mid-air, and pushes him into while he's still in the air, and pushes him with his shield into the little kids, so that way the kids break his fall and he doesn't get hurt.
4 of the
Leg
kids fall
bowling
over
ball.
as you shove your apprentice straight at them. They all knock over laughing. Ah, Mr. Tyrum, that's no fair.
Quick, but not quick enough.
I almost had you this time, Mr. Tyrum. And he gets up with tears in his eyes. I almost thought I'd never get the chance again. And he
Oh,
just kinda-
Davil, it's been quite some time. I'm glad to see you well.
He walks over and with tears in his eyes and in his heart, he puts his forehead on your chest and you see the shrugging. You see it. He starts.
What's the matter, young Davil?
Just thought, Mr. Tyrum. Nothing. And he quickly wipes his face. But when he looks up at you, he's like a One Piece character. It's so exaggerated. The snot running down to his chin.
Tyrum kneels down. Come now, young Davil. You know you can confide in me.
I just thought we'd never see you again. And he tries his best to straighten his face up.
In truth, I thought I lost you all, and it has become a great relief to know that you all are okay.
And as you say this to the younglings, Fang, you noticed here a Vio walking out with a beast man behind him, two multicolored eyes and a beautiful set of robes.
Ryan.
Zill peeks his head at the commotion around Vio and drops to his fucking knees. Fear in his eyes, Vio seeing this and understanding that Zill is petrified. He starts aggressively signing at you, Tyrum. Tyrum, where have you been? How did you? I just so many questions. We might not have been captured by the orcs if I'd have known. Tyrum, how? He is signing so outrageously quick at you. You can't really know every word he's saying.
Tyrum stops kneeling and he puts the broomstick down and puts the shield on his back, and he just walks straight forward at Zilla until he's like standing over him.
Vio puts his hand just in between you. He doesn't look at you, he doesn't say anything, but he just places his hand in the middle, in true Vio in the middle of shit fashion. Zill starts signing as you stand over him. I had no choice.
There's always a choice, Zill. And I saw you stand with them. I saw you stand with those heretics who cursed Kydros' name.
Question: Are you?
I watched you as I burned, as our brothers burned.
Are you saying this out loud, or are you signing this to you?
No, I'm saying this out loud.
In front of the kiddos! Ah! Zilla, his ears.
Poor bastards.
The kids all like kind of crowd around. They instantly fall into like a platoon drop, and they kind of snap into like a parade. What was it? Not parade rest. The other one.
Attention.
Yeah, attention. Yeah, they fall in line, and they start looking up, and Tim calls out, "Mr. Tyrum, we're only okay because of Mr. Zilla." And Zill starts signing. I was tasked because I'm the weakest with getting rid of the children. When they told me,
only reason my hands are not around your neck and your blood is not covering my clothes is because those orphans are okay.
He starts signing faster. They told me the morning of. They gave me no time. I didn't have a choice. It was me or it was nothing. And he puts his hands out in a grand spread gesture at the kids. I knew
Stand up, Zilla.
Zilla like whelps as he looks dead at the floor, and he struggles to pull himself to his feet.
Look me in the eyes.
He starts signing even faster. They were gonna kill all of them. I at least had to do something for the kids. I wasn't strong enough to fight Khrushchev or Hilda or Lois. I wasn't good enough. I'm just the bookkeeper. I watched scriptures. I read for hours in a day. He starts signing really aggressively while like staring at your feet. I had to do what I could to save the children.
You did well to save them. Show me your arm.
He looks at both. He looks a little confused. He looks at both arms and he puts them out to you. You don't see anything. Wait, well, you know what? Roll me perception.
I mean, it's a 12 to perception.
Yeah,
but Tyrum knows where the mark is burned in at.
You get the sneaking suspicion that Ceras might have been on the line when she said arm, but you do see it on his back. It's more to like his lower side. You see the insignia of Kydro burned into his side as he shows you his arms.
Tyrum looks at Zilla and looks at the kids and then looks at Vio and looks back at Zilla. I think you and I should have a discussion outside. And then he looks at Vio,
who starts laughing.
I won't kill him. He has a duty to these orphans, and I shall not be the cause of them losing a guardian.
Vio looks at you and he raises an eyebrow. So you fight a weaker man to quell your vengeance?
No, this is no fighting. This is just tradition.
Zill signs tradition as the kids all rush outside. I guess they would know whatever this tradition is.
No little ones. You must stay inside with Mr. Vio.
Vio looks at you, but I'm coming outside as well.
Then stay in between them.
I will do my best to stay between all of you, I suppose. And he opens the door, and all the kids rush out, and they start forming a large circle.
The kids won't want to see this.
And maybe you don't need to show them. And he quickly like nudges Zill outside.
Fine. I told you about this. I tried to warn you. And then
Vio holds the door open for you.
Tyrum walks past Vio. Zilla, show me the mark.
Zilla staring away from you as he walked out first. He hasn't turned to face you. He quickly turns he takes the silk robes off, and in his white fur you see a blood red patch at the bottom right of his side, and it is Kairos' symbol burned into his side.
Tyrum takes out the Shadar Kai knife. And he says, now don't worry, Zilla, it's only gonna hurt a little bit, but I'm gonna heal you afterwards.
Zilla turns around and starts signing. This is my last connection to our god, and I would appreciate it if you didn't take this from me. He looks at you, and for the first time, he's got full resolve in his eyes. His ears are perked up, and he looks confident.
You betrayed our god when you did not stand and fight.
He starts signing. I protected our children so that our order had a future.
Our order? No, you mean our order. And he points to himself and the kids.
Zill starts signing. Fine. Even if I am not, you can't take my faith from me.
Good. Because you're going to need it. And he puts a searing smite on the blade, but he doesn't stab Zilla. He just runs it over the mark.
How do you cast searing smite?
He puts like the flames on the blade. It's kind of, I don't have heat metal.
No, but I mean, searing smite costs what, a verbal and a somatic?
A bonus action.
But what does it take to cast a spell?
Excuse me, branding smite.
There you go.
The weapon attack before the spells. It is a verbal. That's it.
What do you say to activate this spell?
Tyrum looks down at the blade. And then you know what he does? Instead of burning it away, he just says in Kydros' name, I denounce you from your role. And he lights the blade, and he draws an X in Zilla's flesh.
All the kids like kind of ooh, you know. Gavin looks out and he kind of nods.
Just fine with it. Shit.
Hey, tough training, tough kids. They've seen some shit,
Yeah.
and Gavin kind of like nods in approval. But seeing the kids being so calm about it, Vio doesn't stop you.
I won't take this symbol from you, but I will let you know your rank.
Fang, you just watched Tyrum carve into another person's chest.
Fang is fucking flabbergasted at what he's just witnessed.
May your
I thought it
faith,
was on their side.
may your faith guide you in protecting these orphans or Kydros will not be able to find your remains. Should you decide that you are no longer their caretaker.
Vio puts his hand on your chest. I think he's had enough. He nods at you. I think he understands.
Tyrum puts the knife away.
And Vio puts his hand on like one finger on the X, and he lays on hands. It scars up right there. Cauterizes the wound, scars it up. But your X is forever ingrained into Zilla's. You said chest?
Wherever the mark is.
Where do you want to put that? Wrist, chest?
Well, you
face?
said it was on his side, so I guess he drew an X in his side.
Oh, you drew an X over top of the branding. Okay.
Yeah. So the symbol's still there, but
it's got an X over it. That's cool. I'm with that.
Yeah.
Kind of like the slashed headband from Naruto. Fucks with it. And
we lost Damien, by the way.
We did. I noticed. Fang has just been quietly eating popcorn as he like watches you carve into this man. Zilla at your mercy. He signs. I'm but a humble magic shop owner with a large family that I need to take care of. His ears are still pointed and his face is still confident. These kids need somebody to look after them, and I don't suppose you're gonna do it.
When I'm done taking care of Rasheen's followers, who knows? I mean, between you and I, we're the only ones who know the scripture.
Zill smiles and he points at all of the kids and he nods and signs. They've been studying.
Tyrum offers him a hand.
Zill looks at your hand and he grabs your forearm. True camaraderie.
He says, I thank you for your service. Maybe one day we can rebuild the order in the way that it should be.
And Zilla signs. I don't know if it'll ever be the same, but hopefully we can bring about the good fortune that Kydros intends for the world.
And Tyrum looks back at the kids. I told you to stay inside.
They all like start laughing and miss this. We know. Ooh, Mr. Zill messed up. These kids are like 10, 12, oldest probably being 14. They are making a ruckus. They're definitely middle schoolers having a blast making fun of their teacher who just got in trouble.
I feel like children should not have been there to witness that.
Tradition stands, man. They know what the fuck's going on.
Wow.
Tyrum kneels down and he says, listen, I need you to all be as best as you could be. I need you to listen to Mr. Zilla or Zill. And I need you to listen to Mr. Vio. Okay? I've got some business to handle to ensure that Kydros prospers. And when I'm done handling...
laughing at you when you say that.
When I'm done handling that business, I shall make my return.
The kids all nod approvingly, and, you know, your kid walks forward and he says, Mr. Tyrum, are you going to go fight the Bad Order members? Those evil betrayers?
I'm going to do what needs to be done, Dabble.
Dabble nods. And he gives you a little thumbs up. And, here. And he pulls out a small hand-carved knife, and he hands it to you. In the middle of the wooden blade, you see the symbol of Kydros and an inscription on the opposite side saying, should my fate ever be fortunate.
Tyrum, he looks at the blade, and then he looks back at Davil, and he hands it back to Davil. They're going to need someone strong to protect them, and I don't think that dragon's going to be able to do it all.
Davil bites his lip and begrudgingly takes his knife back, and he pockets it like in the little sheath to his side, and he nods. He's borderline tears though.
You'll be a good warrior one day, Davil. Remember our training.
And as you say that, Vio lets off a hearty laugh. So, Mr. Elf?
Nemasora.
Mr. Nemasora. A fine warrior such as yourself might be up to blow a little steam. He looks over at Zilla. You see, my friend here seems to have been hurt by you, and I think it'd be right if we spar a little bit.
He seems right as rain, Dragon.
And so do you. So why not give these kids a good old paladin showdown? He cracks his hands as he puts his shield down, and he slides both of his hands behind his back, right under his tail actually, and he pulls out 2 brass knuckles, and he puts his fist up. What do you say? Good old fashioned sparring?
I've already given too much of a public show here.
All the kids kind of start hyping. Mr. Tyrum, you don't think you could beat Mr. Vio? Davin's like, Tyrum, you can beat him. You beat this guy no way. He's a big softy. Big softy. The other kids kind of like start, hey, Mr. Tyrum, huddle up. And they kind of like summon you over to a big baseball circle, and they're all whispering like, Mr. Tyrum, you don't think you could beat this? Come on, Mr. Tyrum, show him how cool we know you're cool, Mr. Tyrum. Come, this guy is a pushover. They've been living with Vio for at most a month and a half, and to them, he's a big ass softy. He showed up in a dire time and helped them escape some shit, but they didn't really see him do a whole lot of fighting in that time. They would have just seen him in the aftermath. So they've only known the kind orphan saving Vio that occasionally drops orphans off at Armorfeld,
Listen, kiddos. This dragon right here, he slaughtered plenty of orcs in the name of Bahamut.
They all look back, and they just see Vio like bouncing like a wrestler, loosening up the shoulders, tail wagging in the wind. He's kind of excited to have an actual challenge in this place. Nobody else will fight him.
But the truth is, I may not be scared of losing to him, but I already heard a Minotaur in the bar.
Ooh. Minotaur? How'd you hurt him, Mr. Tyrum? What happened?
Well, he was foolish enough to think that he could arm wrestle me. And,
Question, how loud do you say that?
He's still talking in the huddle. He's in the huddle with the kids.
Nah, Vio doesn't hear you. Fuck. He loves arm wrestling. Okay.
And I can't just throw my strength around willy-nilly. That's not the way of a warrior.
Oh, Mr. Tyrum, but what about all the times that you kicked us in train? And like Davin's like nudging at your side. He's like, remember all those times you beat me up to tell me it'd make me stronger?
That was necessary training, Davil.
What did he points at the lizard? Well, is he not training enough for a warrior of your caliber? He puts both hands on your shirt and pulls you in. Mr. Tyrum, you gotta do this.
Davil, I already told you.
He quickly lets go, falls back into the order. Sorry, Mr. Tyrum.
Listen, you all will become fine warriors. I know that for sure. Follow their teachings. Remember Kydros' principles. You will prosper.
Vio's shadowboxing behind you while you're saying this.
But I must go. And Tyrum digs into his little pouch, and he gives out 20 gold to all the kids.
Holy shit! You just gave up like 240 gold pieces. That's about 12 kids.
I said 20 gold to the populace.
To the group. Oh, okay, not 20 per kid. My
Yeah,
bad.
no.
Tyrum out here showing favoritism. My bad. All right.
Tyrum only gave Ceras 10 gold.
Tyrum didn't give Sarah shit. Tyrum put that on a bet.
Yeah, he did.
No, back in the fucking bar. The downpour.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, Ceres is a fucking adult. These are kids.
The kids
But
start hugging up on you. They kind of pass the money around. Davil getting 2 more pieces of gold per per the kid's request. They kind of divvy it up, but he's like their leader, so he gets a little bit more. And
Tyrum stands up and he nods at Zilla and then looks over at Vio, who's fucking preparing for a fight. Taking my leave now.
Zilla kind of hunched over because, you know, he was just branded and that shit probably still fucking hurts. Even though.
Ow, if he got the lay on hands.
Even if it was healed up, the psychology behind it is a little traumatizing. I'd imagine having stuff and burned into your flesh leaves lasting trauma. You know, but Zill gives you a little thumbs up and he signs these kids will be taken care of. And Vio stops bouncing, and he looks at you after you say you're taking your leave, and he just looks so fucking sad. So Vio quickly stuffs his knuckles back into his pockets, you know, and he's just like, apologies, I seem to got a little bit ahead of myself. I won't be with these children for much longer. I have my own matters to attend to, but I will do my best looking after them until I leave. And he gives you a faithful nod. And he hands you a small scroll. Read it, if you ever wish to know the principles of Bahamut's justice.
Tyrum takes the scroll and he puts it in his little bag. And then he says, make sure Zilla is prepared enough to protect these kids.
Worry not. I know a dwarf that can armor this place a little bit more, and maybe even hire some personal security should he be around this way. And he reaches his hand out.
Tyrum like clasps the forearm.
The clasp of friendship, a new bond has been born. Vio nods and gives you a little smile. It's a little toothy, you know. He's kind of a scary guy, but
Tyrum pulls Vio in closer. Besides, before all this happened, I'd say I give you a right run for your money, but right now I'm not at my best.
Vio quickly puts his hand on your other shoulder, like encapsulating the clasp of manliness, and he whispers back, "You couldn't beat me in a fist fight on your best days, Elf. But I respect the confidence." And he straightens you back up.
Tyrum's eyes like flash a little bit before he lets go, and then he gives him a head nod and starts walking.
Vio's eyes flash. The divinities clash as you make your leave. As you walk away, you can almost hear the voice of what really feels like an old man, but it kind of echoes in the distance. Seems he's made a new friend, and I thank you. And, you know, whistles in the wind. You can roll me a religion if you like.
That's a 5.
You heard the voice. It might be real. You could be crazy. Who knows?
Tyrum gives one last wave to the kiddos before he leaves.
Fang kind of stumbles out at some point, and I guess he's walking with you. Does Fang have anything to say to the giant dragonborn? He's a blue dragonborn, but dragonborn nonetheless.
No. He just follows Tyrum out. He was solely coming to make sure that there was no true violence impending.
As you slip past Vio hollers at you, Fang, as you try to follow Tyrum out. Tabaxi, that horn, it wouldn't be related to a different entity entirely, would it?
Fang pulls up his hood. It's none of your concern.
Hey, kid,
and then he just
coming?
flips out.
Like actually backflips out of there?
Yes.
As you backflip out of there and attempt to catch up with Tyrum, Vio misty steps to the front of both of you, and he puts his hand out in front of you, Fang. flipping off in such a hurry. I simply had a question, friend. It's more suspicious when they run.
Tyrum
Fang cast
huffs
fly.
and-
Vito's gonna make an athletics to try to grab you. He rolled a nat 20 without the modifier. He's got a +5.
Oh, god damn it.
As you attempt to take flight, he grabs you by the ankle.
Tyrum puts his hand on Vio's shoulder.
Vito looks at you. You remember how you said you had business pertaining to yourself? He looks up at Fang. Then a moment of your time, please.
That cat is part of the business.
He pulls Fang out of the sky to be eye level with Tyrum and Vio. Then a quick answer should suffice. What connection are you to the Red Dragon?
I ate his flesh and obtained his power.
Vio stares at you for a second.
This motherfucker is Yuji Itadori.
Says Mr. Domain Expansion himself.
You're right.
Vio looks a little puzzled. You're not lying. So I guess you ate a part of the Red Dragon.
Yes, what is so hard to wrap your head around?
He switches the clasp from your ankle to your chest and he pulls you in like face to face. Do you understand how hard it is to eat a part of a dragon?
Do you understand
Gets you on the ground.
the willingness someone will go through when they're starving?
Vio has a little flashback to his own sellsword days of starving and running around. Suppose beggars can't be choosers then. So long as you're not one of his paladins, I suppose I have no problems here. And he pats you on both shoulders, but both of your feet are like sunken into the mud beneath the snow. He put a lot of pressure, firmly placing you back down.
Now, can we go, please?
Vio puts his hands up.
I've got a meeting with a hyena and a gnome. And a turtle.
Hyena. Vio turns around and walks away.
Tyrum kind of like pats him, like he gives Fang a little like slap on the back of the head, like, come on, the fuck out of here.
Fang just begins to hover back, following behind Tyrum.
He's got like a sad ghost boy hover.
So your sister, how long have you known her?
Just about my entire life.
And she's never brought around a friend or family member of her own? She ever
Our
mentioned how
family
she got
life
her
is
bar?
complicated.
Tyrum just rolls his eyes. Everything's fucking complicated these days. And then he heads back to, in the direction where Ceras and Michaelo and everybody else were.
All right. So flashing back a little bit, we've got Luna waiting out front with Michaelo on approach, and eventually Tyrum and Fang catching up as well. But first and foremost, Ceras, you have snuck off.
Yes.
You've sobered up. Things feel just a little bit intense, and you run off to a back alley behind the bar.
Yeah. Ceras kind of like she like looks at the wall for like a solid minute and just breathing, and then she reaches into her pouch and pulls out the puppet.
Ah, yes. You place the puppet on the ground in front of you, and it animates to life. The puppet dusts itself off, fixes its little top hat, brushes its shoulders. Ah, Ceras, so good to finally talk again, sweetheart. How have you been?
Sarah goes, you know how I have been. I'm out here fighting and trying to make some money. Don't worry, you'll get it.
Oh, I know I'm gonna get it, Cupcake, but let me tell you something. If you thought any more about our deal,
Not going to happen.
listen, I need you to kill your friend Luna, and I need the cat. My beloved, she aches for it. She wallows in pain over it. She loses her precious sleep. The little doll starts turning around and kind of like Casanovaing to like the empty alleyway. You can see little hearts swooning over his doll head, you know, and I'd give the rest of my still beating heart to that woman, and yet
I'm
I
gonna
can't.
roll an insight real quick to see if he's actually that swooning over this woman.
Okay.
That is a 17 plus 3. That's a dirty 20.
If you knew what true love looked like, he's definitely got it.
All right, so he has a definite weakness. Interesting.
He turns back around towards you. So let me ask you again. And this time, don't rush it so quickly. You know, let's get the theatrics out. You kill your friend, you get a sweet deal, and I don't hang you for the bit of back pay that you've been causing me. You see, the magic from our little deal powers a lot of experiments in the world. We've got a fine research facility, but nonetheless, we need the money, sweetheart. And you've been playing with mine.
I missed one payment.
And one payment is where it begins. I think a wise man once said, you miss one ant, you miss all of them.
Well, I've paid you back for it. It won't happen again. Don't worry. I'll make sure I get. And she's trying so hard not to, like, she's trying to play it cool, but there's definite panic in the back of her head.
Ceres. Say, how's my old friend Kade doing, anyways?
He's doing. He's putting together ideas to try and make more money.
You ever ask him about his last life? He like the doll starts approaching you very menacingly.
Ceres takes a step back.
He takes 2 quick steps forward.
No, he has. I haven't asked him. I don't think he likes speaking about it.
He like Dutch throws his top head. Ah! He never talks about me. And the little doll kind of runs over to where he threw the hat, which is only like 5 feet away in true distance, but you know it looked dramatic from down there. And
why would you want me to ask him about you?
Oh, you know, reasons. But ask him first, and then you'll come back to talk to me again later.
All right, but
He
I'm still not going to kill someone just to give this person your cat.
Oh, I know, Ceres. I know that such a sweet girl like yourself, she doesn't actually like harming people. I've been watching Ceres, I know. And the Dutch doll starts circling you, putting himself between the entrance to the alleyway, and then the little doll looks at you. There's a faint blue glow. But, Ceres, if you're not gonna help me, I need to set an example so you don't forget either. The doll begins choking. I mean, like violently choking. This little doll is like hunched over. There's nothing coming out of it, but it looks like it's hurt. And then
The fucking
the doll
the Dutch doll.
is like throwing. It
Oh my
looks like
God.
it's throwing up, but nothing is happening. And then, while holding its stomach, the little Dutch doll unzips its mouth. Out of the doll comes one very long steel leg, and then another, and then another. And this little doll starts choking up what appears to be a steel spider golem. It is his what is it? His steel defender? and the doll sitting on top of this steel spider's head, which is bigger than Bucket. It hovers over you, Ceres, and you just watched this guy throw up a giant steel spider. Let me go ahead and pull up that stat block. Steel Defender, my apologies. Ceres, looking at this thing, how do you feel?
Fucking terrified. Ceres is like, look, because she knows that she can't fight back against Dutch, or else he'll do terrible things. So she's like looking at this, wondering what her fate is going to be. She's already got a fucking scar on her arm. No, she has the tip of her fucking finger cut off. Yeah, so she's like fucking freaking out. She hasn't messed up at all, but she turned him down. He told her that there wouldn't be any negative consequences, but for turning it down.
He did say that, didn't he?
But yes, he did.
Too bad he's a bad guy. Dutch sitting on top of the giant steel spider that this doll just choked up. He leans in and he says, "Are you sure you want to come between a man and the woman he loves?"
You told me, Dutch. You told me nothing bad would happen if I turned you down.
I tell a lot of people a lot of things, Ceres, but that has nothing to do with our deal, does it?
I'm still not going to do it, Dutch.
Good. I wouldn't expect such a sweet-hearted child like yourself to do it anyways. And the steel spider is going to make a force-empowered rend attack against you. That is a 16 to hit.
You know what? Let me just read this really quick. At the start of your until the start of your okay. One reaction when you are hit by an attack or targeted by the magic missile spell. Yeah, she's gonna go ahead and cast shield on herself. She when the arm comes down to attack her, she's just going to let's see, verbal and somatic. So she reaches for her puppets and pulls one out and casts a shield around her.
The crushing claw comes shattering through your shield, but it makes it with, misdirection enough to come crashing between you and Bucket's legs. It doesn't hit either one of you, right? I'm assuming if the AC puts you up.
Yeah, AC props me up.
The steel spider, you can hear the clanking of gears and the clunking of each mechanical movement. The head clicks and shifts and focuses on you. It is now your turn if there's anything you'd like to do.
Ceras casts Sanctuary on herself. Yeah.
Ceras,
No, wait. She casts Sanctuary on Bucket.
Ooh. Ceras, the steel spider that just missed its attack starts swelling up on you, pushing you further and further back into the alleyway.
She's backing up, yes.
Yes. And eventually your back hits the wall in the dead end. The spider gets alien tongue close to your face. And then all of the gears collapse. Ah! Ceres, the doll standing over the pile of broken gears and spider robot parts. The doll walks over to you as the thing is still kind of taking itself apart. All the pieces are falling out.
She seems to press her back further into the wall as Dutch walks up. Puppet walks up to her.
The puppet standing at your feet looks up at you and says, "And remember, Ceres, nothing happened this time, but don't let me down again. And I will."
Can we take a bathroom break? I got a shit.
Absolutely.
Ceres throws 10 gold coins at him.
The doll eats all 10 gold coins very violently. Pleasure as always, Ceres. and he climbs up your side and climbs into your pack. And before he climbs all the way in, he unzips his mouth. You see a small like energy of blue mana coming out, and it kind of shifts a little bit.
Can I
Purple
do an
and red.
investigation?
Yeah.
Awesome. Either, let's see. Yeah. All right. So that's gonna be a. Wow, that was fucking poop. That's a 13.
It looks akin to kind of how Bucket's core works, but something about it's different. Like in gnome engineering theory, something about this magical flame inside of the doll is different from Bucket's core, but they feel the same in a sense.
All right. Let's see. It's Dutch puppet. Here we go.
Filling out the notes.
Yeah.
As the Dutch doll crawls the rest of the way into your bag, Romeo the mouse comes running in. Mr. Ceras, Miss Ceras, we looked all through the bar. You weren't in there. What are you doing out here? We gotta go. And that is where we would take our 10-minute break. Be back at 9 o'clock, gents.
Okay.
I'm gonna hop off now if that's all right.
Yeah, we'll say that Ceras quietly follows.
Ceras quietly follows the party, like just kind of thinking to herself.
Good night, Simon.
All right. See y'all.
Night,
Bye.
Simon.
Ron's looking for a reason to kill one of us. I have a feeling.
You know, on my list of things to do tonight was to beat Ceras, beat Michaelo, and beat Tyrum. That is checklist. I won't lie. But it's because I've got a competitive nature, not because I don't love you guys. Only one of you got beat. That's even better.
Yes, he fucking did. What level were they at, Ron?
I think they're like a challenge rating 15.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, Michaelo was not winning that shit.
Oh, fuck no. Their health alone dwarfs you. It would have been.
Sorry, guys, I had to leave a fucking upper decker.
Oh, 2 stories, bud. Rough stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually. No, yeah. Both of them together, you weren't winning.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah, we were just talking about how Michaelo got his chest kicked in.
Yeah.
Like Red Hulk like Green Hulk in the 2008 movie when he kicked bro across the field.
I know you were fucking salivating at fucking the idea of Tyrum and Vio sparring.
I fucking was.
You should know better.
I was like 3 rounds of combat. It'll be
you
great.
You should know better.
Three back and forths, and then we laugh about it.
Rod just wanted to bully Tyrum a little bit with his D&D character.
Simon's out for the night.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah,
for Simon. No, but we're gonna keep going. We talked about it earlier.
Okay.
We're gonna keep on. I got something, and yeah, Ceras is gonna take a little break. Luna, you okay, lad?
Hello.
Hello, sweetheart. We can hear you.
Wow. You know, it was crazy. I was sitting here like, didn't Ron say? And I'm like, why is it still quiet? And then all of a sudden I check back and, the party is active, but I can't hear nobody.
You're done. Fuck, boyo. Yeah. Been quite the interesting night. And so does everything come full circle. Ceras comes shakily out of the alleyway with Romeo the mouse, who leads her back to one Luna, who has been patiently waiting with his grumpy-ass cat that is double Ceras' size. She doesn't say anything, Luna. She is kind of like spaced. But Romeo the mouse is still pointing on her shoulder, so he gives you a quick nod and, let's go that way, man. And just as you're about to venture into the city to where Kade is, You run into one Tyrum and Fang. Also, Michaelo is in the crowd behind you guys. He's been a little lost, but now he's been kind of looking around for you guys. Only for you all to kind of run into each other. The party united, with Ceras meekly leading the way.
All of us heading towards Cape. Welcome back. Did you accomplish what you were looking to accomplish, Tyrum?
For the most part.
I suppose that's good. So, shall we get going to what?
I was going to say, Romeo the Mouse is going to turn around on Ceres' shoulder and say, "So, have you guys had enough fun gallivanting throughout Dead End? Can we please get going now?" He kind of like, "I feel bad. We've left Cade waiting for a really long time."
Did you say Michaelo is bad with the party?
Yes, you were a little caught lost in the crowd for a little bit, looking around. But as they ran into Tyrum, they ran into you as well.
Michaelo's gonna walk into the bar.
Like straight past the party.
Yeah.
Wait, Turtle, come back here. Hey, we have to go. You don't know where you're going.
Michaelo has never seen this mouse before, so he's just gonna keep on walking.
Romeo looks down at over at Tyrum. Hey, what's his problem? You should probably go get him, right? Here, I show you. And he jumps over to your shoulder.
If you want me to.
Please.
Tyrum heads to face Michaelo.
Have I gotten to the bar yet?
Yeah, you are absolutely at the bar. Sitting next to you is a very sad Minotaur. He is drinking a large ale.
Bartender.
The skeleton walks over.
How much is one keg of beer?
It throws its hands out in a really big fashion, and it writes on its board, "Keg."
Yeah, one barrel.
It writes 4 gold on the chalkboard for a keg of the lowest grade ale you can get. A barrel of shit booze.
I drop 4 gold on the table.
The bartender slaps the bar in front of the Minotaur, who looks up, and then he gives him a little thumbs to old Frank, who looks over at you and then looks at what just was purchased. Huh. You having a bad day too, friend? And the Minotaur gets up and grabs you a barrel of booze.
Yeah, I am, but this is for somebody else.
You notice that the lid of the barrel is already cracked a little bit.
Yeah, this is for somebody else though.
Who all is it for? It's a lot of alcohol.
Yeah, I gotta get this dwarf some beer.
Oh, well, good luck on your travels then.
Yeah, thank you. Are you okay?
He looks back at his mug of ale. He looks back at you. He starts kind of tearing up. I'm fine. It's just been a really odd day.
Oh, okay. Michaelo walks off with his barrel of beer.
You hear mild whining in the distance as you drag the barrel of beer out of the bar, to which the party is now witnessing. What's he gonna do with that?
Michaelo starts rolling it back to the dwarf.
Honestly, I don't know. Michaelo, what are you doing?
I gotta pay the dwarf.
Hey, what dwarf?
You're paying him with beer?
Yeah, he said that's all he wanted. He said all my stuff was on the house, so I'm getting him this giant ass beer.
Well, if I knew that was the case, I would have just fucking.
That's
Whatever.
what I'm saying.
What, you guys paid him with gold?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to the blacksmith then. Can we hurry this along?
I thought we were gonna go to Cade. Kind of.
The mouse in a very like sassy manner. Just go, please. No more interruptions after this.
Michaelo quickly rolls the beer down the street.
Ceras trails behind the party a little bit as you all follow Michaelo back to the blacksmith.
He opens up the door and he sets it on the counter. Here's your beer.
The two of you, Luna and Tyrum, also see that the blacksmith is hard at work. Tyrum, you see pieces of your armor scattered variously around the forge that he is currently at, and you see him hammering out a lot of the dents with extreme precision. It almost perfectly reshapes your armor plates. He hasn't noticed you guys come in yet. He's just banging away.
Luna finds a little corner and then it kind of sits on a little corner in the table, not disturbing the door while he works.
Luna, as you walk over to that corner of the table, you hear giggling coming from the box that you're sitting on.
I get up and walk away from it. No, I'm not fucking with shit in his shop. Nope.
Yeah, Michaelo just puts it on the counter.
As you slam the barrel of beer down, Gadget looks up for only a moment, and he starts salivating at all of you at the sight of the barrel of ale and all of his highest paying customers today. And he gives you all the sweatiest fucking thumbs up as he goes back to work, full overdrive. Like this dwarf is locked in.
Michaelo gives a thumbs up, and then he walks out of the bar.
Can we please go now?
Guys, what is up with this mouse?
He's supposed to take it to Cade.
My name.
Did you guys verify that?
It's not important.
Hey! I said my name is Romeo.
Did you guys verify this?
How are we gonna
we
verify
can't
this,
exactly
Michaelo?
verify it.
So you guys
Right.
have just been following this random ass mouse around?
No,
We haven't.
I just
followed him
ended up
anyway.
here.
I don't like the way this mouse looks.
Well, what are you gonna do about it?
I'm just gonna look for Kate on my own.
Yeah, you know, come to think of it, that since when has Kate ever had anybody else?
This is exactly my point. Like, his only other person was Ceras and Blevin.
I mean, who's to say he doesn't have familiars?
You as y'all are all saying this, Ceras writes on her board, "I trust it," and she kind of like meekly puts it up over her head. She's not even facing you guys. She just throws the sign up over her head.
Well, I guess if
I think
Ceras
we'd be
trusts
all
it.
right.
Romeo, just a little bit dumbfounded, jumps over to Tyrum's shoulder. Onwards then, and you're the tall one, so you walk out in front.
Tyrum kind of shrugs his shoulders, and then walks. He walks in lead.
Also, as you all leave the blacksmith shop, you all have passive perceptions bigger than 10, or at least 10, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You all do notice the signs of a fight in front of the blacksmith shop that clearly wasn't there the last time y'all were there.
I wonder what happened to this wall.
Is Michaelo hiding the crack on his shell?
He has his robes over himself.
Yeah, he usually has.
Are you still like showing that you're hurt?
Yeah. I also very depressed.
Michaelo, you know anything about this? This looks like it didn't happen too long after we left.
That hole looks like that little dent in the wall looks like it could match your shell.
Michaelo continues to walk and says, "Yeah, my family's killers did that," and just keeps walking.
Fuck!
looks at Luna.
Luna looks at Tyrum.
Fang heard this as well.
Should we help him get revenge?
I mean, are we really helping each other achieve all of our goals?
I mean, we kind of helped you achieve part of yours. It would only be fair, I guess.
I imagine Luna and Tyrum are like at the back of the party whispering this. Ceras has not been paying attention. Fang is kind of off in space, and Michaelo just charges ahead, very depressed.
Michaelo has his head down and he's gripping the new sword.
Fang looks at Michaelo.
Sword.
If I'll help you take revenge. In return, if you help me take revenge.
Tyrum just kind of asks Michaelo, do you want us to do something about that for you?
Because we could definitely help you with that.
I'm just being open with you guys.
Ceras writes on her
I
board,
am going to kill them.
You all are strong. Figure it out.
So, Fang, what do you want revenge for?
Well, it's more so for. It's a long story, but to put it short, it's for the banishment and the death of my mother.
Well, no more worse than the rest of us.
So you were part of some clan that got banished? Or that you got banished from?
Yes. That I got banished from.
Romeo the mouse kind of leans in. Are you gonna tell us who?
What'd you say?
Are you gonna tell us who?
Fang clears his throat. My true last name is Golden Edge, but I have been disowned from the Golden Edge line.
Tyrum and Luna both roll me a history.
That is a 13.
That is a nat 20.
Luna, in the history of your village, the mentioning of the Golden Edge clan was something that was only associated in terms of bloodline from dragons. These families were the very people that lived with the dragons. You would know them as high. It'd basically be like human royalty.
So they're not descendants. They're just close allies.
No, they're basically descendants, but they're not dragonborns.
They just have dragon in their blood.
Yeah, a dragon mated with humans.
Yeah.
Get his dukes on.
And okay, so what are you going to say for Tyrum?
Tyrum, you would know that in a lot of believed dragon followings, that the Golden Edge was the closest family to dragons outside actual dragons.
Okay.
Luna goes, so you were disowned by dragon descendants? You yourself are a dragon's descendant?
Fang looks over it. Yes.
So, what does that horn on your head have to do with anything? Because I don't believe tabaxis normally have a horn coming out of their head.
Well, you see, it is from the dragon bloodline.
So you're a cat with The dragon's bloodline?
Quite an interesting mix.
I'll say.
So he's a lizard cat.
Yes.
Well, I mean, anything is possible in these realms.
A clizzard.
What's the red dragon? So what? You get the red dragon's powers after you eat a part of him or something?
More like eating a part of the red dragon helped awaken some of the power within.
So what? Use some kind of warlock or something?
Yes.
So let me get this straight. You have dormant dragon abilities that are only accessible when you have a connection to specific dragon.
Precisely.
Interesting.
Hey Luna, roll me a quick perception.
That would be a 17.
You hear a child's whisper say, much like Velkana and her believers. It echoes in your head, but you don't know where it came from.
Huh.
So this red dragon is a god of sorts to you.
Yes. Hence why I spoke to Michaelo the way I did when he spoke to the red dragon the way he did. Oh, wait. That wasn't Michaelo, that was...
About his... Oh.
What Michaelo lore is this going on right now?
No, that was...
You talk about when he was... Oh, hold on.
So how do you piss off your god?
Holy shit, man! You're just getting right into it, huh? The little mouse has like dug the tip of his sword into your.
I'm just saying I have to work with him, and I don't really need an angry red dragon coming to kill us every 5 seconds.
Essentially,
It is dangerous
I
to have you
announced
around.
my
We're gonna be-
presence in the arena that he was watching over by breathing fire in the middle of a fight.
So...
You survived in an arena battle.
Yes, it's how I ended up meeting up with the party.
Romeo chimes in. Battles, plural. He was actually a beloved gladiator for a little while. They said he did really good.
Huh. Alright. Cage sure knows how to pick them.
Yeah, I keep telling myself that. You guys are an odd bunch, ain't it?
That's for sure.
Well, the little mouse leads you all on. You cut a couple back alleys and a couple long roads, walking past vendors and all walks of life, really. This is probably the most peaceful place any of you have ever seen, with the exception of Tyrum, who lived in Buena Fortuna. This would not be exact, but it would probably remind you of the warmth of your home.
Interesting.
And as you all travel through dead end, undead, taking care of crazy ass tasks from fixing lights to dragging garbage, you all come to a very loud and very busted up shop. It's 2 stories, and the first floor has a sign over top of the front in big illuminated letters, and it says Little Thief's Guild. One of the letters is out the eye, but from the outside listening in, it sounds like a fucking bar in there.
Am I the only one who's not surprised that Cade ends up finding these groups of people everywhere he goes.
Michaelo just walks in.
Not in the
It
slightest.
seems like he has a knack for these things.
All of will be a quick perception.
12.
17.
13.
21.
Fucking might as well have rolled my passive perception.
Close.
All but use.
You all venture into the first floor of this guild, and the first floor very much is a bar. Romeo the Mouse jumps in and runs into the crowd. You all don't think he's realized that he's actually lost you as he scurries to show you where Kate is, and so you all venture in. It's a modest bar, dim lights, nice tables. There is a weird game in the back. If none of you have ever been to Dead End, they call it pool. Um, and there is an undead behind the counter of a really nice oak bar. But this undead looks a little different than the other ones you've seen. He's wearing very nice silk robes and clothing. The rest of the bar is up. There is a bard singing sea shanties as the crowd cracks their drinks and continues partying into the day.
So where's Cade, Mouse?
The mouse is scurrying through the foot traffic of people, and he's pointing over to a small back stairwell that looks to be leading both up and down.
We walk in that direction, I suppose.
Yeah, the little mouse cuts and stops and points to the downstairs. If you all go down there, you'll find him. He's probably waiting for you.
Tyrum just nods his head and goes.
Down the stairs.
And
Into the
so-
dungeon.
And so the party descends. The down stairwell is actually deeper than it seems. It feels like 2 flights instead of 1. And you can hear the rowdiness of the bar almost instantly disappear as you reach the bottom 2 sets of double doors. There are a large set of doors, and over top of the door it says, "Information only. You need it, we can find it." And on the door, like carved in, really nice woodwork, says, "Little Thieves Guild."
Anybody else getting a feeling of shadiness?
That's the business that these people sell.
I'm just thinking about Cade.
I mean, come on, it's Cade. This is quite literally his bread and butter.
Shadiness.
Well, you all enter into the room. Inside, it's like a 1940 PI's detective's office. Tall stacks of paper. There are boards with different like knives holding things up. There's a faint smell of seafood. It's not really like bad seafood. Kind of like crab legs when you're boiling them, but just a little saltier. Ugh.
So
And-
gross all around. Gotcha.
Yeah, of course. On the wall directly opposite of the door, there's a desk that has a bunch of fucking shit on it, like bunch of papers and requests, knickknacks and of the such, and there are 3 guns hung up behind it. And enter walks Cade in his jacket as always. He is like crunching down on half a thing of crab legs at once, eating through the shell and the insides. He is stuffing his fucking face. He hasn't noticed any of you yet.
Whole lot of decorum you got, Cade.
He snaps and looks at the party and wolfs down the rest of the crab legs. You guys weren't supposed to see me like this. He quickly like straightens up everything, and it takes him a couple minutes of running around, but really quickly the papers become organized, and the place actually looks breathable. And then he lights a small candle on his desk and he sits down. The first thing he says to all of you, "So, where's Ceras?" You all turn to notice that Ceras is not with the party.
She was here
Was that for
2
that
seconds ago.
perception?
Yes, it was.
I got a 17. That was still not it.
It wasn't.
Damn,
Ceras
that's
has got
crazy.
Ceras has got some stuff. As you all kind of scurry around looking and noticing that Ceras is no longer with you, Romeo the Ricer comes down and he pokes his head through the door. Mr. Cade, your little friend seems to have wandered off. She said she needed a minute, but she doesn't look too okay. But I'm sure she's fine. And Cade looks a little puzzled, and so he looks at all of you. What did I miss?
A lot, apparently.
To catch me up? He looks kind of dumbfounded by everything. You know, I thought you guys were just gonna go shopping, grab a couple gears, and now you all come back. What? He points over to Michaelo. A little beaten up. He points at Tyrum. A little dirty. He points at Luna. I don't even know about you, man. You're here too.
I mean, nothing really happened to me. I mean, I won an arm wrestling contest. You know, I felt pretty good. I thought I was going to
Are
lose
you arm
for
wrestled?
sure.
Who'd you arm wrestle? Who arm wrestles
A
a dead?
Minotaur.
You arm wrestled old Frank and won? How could you do that to him? That guy's a legend. He had a perfect record. He had never lost an arm wrestle. It's been sport. The locals make a game. They let him win, so he keeps winning.
Well, he broke his streak before he fought Luna.
You arm wrestled too? What is wrong with you guys?
Blame Ceras. I was just coming to regroup with everybody.
Great. Well, that's depressing. You guys killed a legend today. Old Frank's been arm wrestling for 30 years. Arm wrestling any manner of tourists that'll listen. I can't believe it.
I'm just surprised that no one told us we were supposed to lose.
Obviously, they're not going to tell you in front of him, guy. You're supposed to read the room.
The room was chanting.
It's to make Frank feel good.
Luna also, flipped him off behind his back.
You flipped off old Frank behind his back? What is
Why
wrong with
do you want us here, Cade? What's the matter?
And who pissed in your bowl of gruel? Sunshine?
Not today.
Apparently his family's murderers.
Yeah, they kicked the shit out of him, apparently.
And you both just let him get his ass kicked by his family's murderers?
We weren't there.
Cade, rubs the bridge of his nose. All right. Oh,
Cade, did you know that we're here?
Who? Michaelo, who? What did they look like? Did they have names?
Big red guy, big blue guy. Onis.
Yes. The primal colors. Wait, did you say Onis?
Onis. That's what they said.
Fucking Lord. Right? Cade sits down on his wooden chair and he leans it back on its back 2 legs. All right, everything's starting to make sense. He then takes another 2 gold coins and slides them across the table to Tyrum. Your goddess is getting more and more accurate by the day. All right. Well, one of the items we need to steal just happens to be from Onis. I guess that is why you're here, Michaelo. I did not know about your brother's killers, though. Did they say anything else? Anything useful? Anything to suggest maybe why they're here, what they were doing? And You said red and blue. Did they have anything telling about them? What were they wearing?
Giant swords.
Well, Onis are
Horns
usually.
on the red one.
See now we're getting somewhere. Was the red one really big and wearing some sort of silk jacket, overcoat, looked real fancy?
Yes.
Did they say who they were working for?
Some type of queen.
Well, the queen of the Onis is married to the king of the Onis.
Yeah, that
Did
made sense.
Yeah. What would they have against you guys? Weren't you just turtles from the sewer?
I thought so.
Hmm. Well,
Is there any more to it than that?
Yeah, Cade, how'd they know it was you?
Would Michaelo know that they were talking about his father?
You could pick up on the signs for sure, just based off of what they said.
Because they said rat, and the only rat that I knew was...
No, he's your father.
Yeah.
And they did stare at your necklace for a long time before they had to talk.
This has to do with my father. Apparently he's a traitor to the Onis.
Wait, hold on. Your father is not an Oni himself, correct?
Your father was Nezimo. No, I'm not gonna mess this up. Cade starts scrounging around on papers on his desk, searching through drawers, and then he pulls out a parchment paper that has a magical light glowing from it, and he flips it and turns it towards the party. Nezumi no Omoshi, traitor to the Onis. They said he ran away with the fallen king, with the fallen king's offspring. They say he's a traitor to his people and his kind. Once a high-regarded retainer, now a dishonored dead man, apparently. And in the paper, you see 4 turtles being carried off by one rat in a cloak. Fire ensues in the magical lighting, and it's not a very clear picture. But Michaelo, it's clear enough for you to know.
Michaelo doesn't say anything. He just looks at the picture.
Cade presses the picture a little closer to you, Michaelo, and I think you should keep that.
Michaelo takes it.
Okay. Well, he points at Michaelo. I need Oni fingers, and we have someone who has a connection to the Onis. He puts his finger back on his lips, and then he points at Fang. I need a piece of Everfire. The only one with a connection to the Red Dragon is now here. Points to Luna. I need to go to Ysildra's Keep, and I can't get there. But I have somebody that can get us there. And last but not least, he points to Tyrum. And what would you know of legends of your goddess by chance? Any old folk tales about, I don't know, the Fountain of Youth?
I'd like to think I'm pretty well versed on my goddess. But folk tales about the Fountain of Youth.
Holy water that would bring upon everlasting fortune to those who consume it.
All I know is I heard this tale long before even the most sophisticated elf societies were born. A time when ancient lands settled into existence. When wild magic finally molded into stable materials, beings of unfathomable power ruled. The dragons battled fiercely over territories and hordes, spilling magic elements across the continent. Those battles would go go on for centuries. All manner of species and races spawned into existence from the very magic that soaked the lands. Dragons began to fight about responsibility for the newly spawned races. Bahamut, the silver dragon, believed these races deserved a chance at life. Rabio, the furious red dragon, believed in solitude. Isildur, the ice queen, believed in the eradication of this infestation. Good and evil split in factions, and as the dragon's tensions grew to its highest peak, the magic of the land gave birth to its own solution. 6 children of the new species of this land came to the world with ungodly powers: a tiger, a dwarf, an elf, an orc, and a pair of human twins. I don't know if that can help you.
Kade has the biggest shit-eating grin on his face you've ever seen. He points directly at Luna. You worship Velkana, right? The tiger?
That I do.
And Tyrum. Kydros is usually depicted as just a simple woman. Am I wrong?
Yes, for the most that is her general depiction.
Groomish is an orc. Bahamut is a dragon. Let's see. Maybe Asmodeus?
While you're still thinking, would you care to tell me what you want in your Citrus Keep?
Ah, right. So, something bad is going to happen, and we need to prevent it. But, to do that, I need to see the bones of one Ysildra.
Shouldn't be too hard to do.
Kade leans over, and you see Tyrum. That dragon, Ysildra, that wanted to eradicate all the races? Her eternal slumbers right over that guy's village. Ironic, huh?
Very.
I've waited years for this many chances to find these fucking items, and it just... Kade is, like, kind of losing his shit a little bit. And so, in full transparency, you all deserve the truth. Let it be known that first, I'm going to help each and every one of you accomplish your goal. That's right. Every single one of you has someone to find and something to burn, and I'm your fucking guy. But he shows you a insignia on the back of his neck. I owe somebody a debt. It's an A. It's an A. I owe somebody a debt. They decided that they want to revive Ysildra to make a certain other dragon very happy. I'm sure you guys can guess who. And so, this potion is supposedly the strongest revival magic that has ever graced these lands. Strong enough to revive a dead god. After he gets the ingredients, he will turn me back into a human, like I was in a previous life. I don't know if you've all gathered, but I've been ripped from my own eternal slumber. I'm supposed to be dead, but seeing as they've given me another chance in life, in this hideous form, I figure I might as well give it a proper go. And to do that, I need to look normal. So, you guys help me make a potion. I help you guys get revenge on whatever crook and criminal that you wish. And then after that, we're gonna have to kill Ysildra a second time.
So you telling me you don't like to live like a gnoll?
You try, Smelly.
Scratch that. You're telling me we're going to revive a god to slay her again to appease another?
Certainly, we are going to revive her, yes, and that will appease the other dragon, and it's just sad to say that we can't let her continue living too long after her revival. So, that's the heist. We are going to... Yes, we are going to bamboozle a dragon, and should everything go well, we'll all walk out of here happy people.
You understand how absurd that sounds.
Says the one hunting down
Luna,
5 councilmen.
I've already
Luna's
gotten
rubbing
2.
his temples.
2? Hold up. 1 second, Luna. 2? 2? What do you mean you've gotten 2? You've been here for a day. What have I missed?
All you need to know, Kade, is I crossed another name off my list today.
Oh, jeez. Anybody else got something they want to tell me? Meet your fucking heroes or something? Jesus. Ah. All right.
Is he a god in this world?
God damn it, Josh. Fuck, man. What was that? I hate you. God, what was that?
We were talking about reviving a god.
Yes. Yes, we were. So, we gotta bring back some big evil, but we can't let that big evil be evil. So we're gonna get rid of it. And
Kade, that sounds far-minded, to say the least.
Can you explain how we're supposed to kill such a massive dragon once we bring it back to life?
We punch it.
I like your style, kid, but no, we're not. Hopefully we don't engage in any physical combat at all. You see, we get to the bones, and I've got this nifty little inscription that we're gonna get our friend Ceras to inscribe whenever she comes back around, which we are looking for her soon. I want you both to know.
Obviously, we can't leave her.
Good. Well, as long as we're all in agreement. I've got these nifty inscriptions. We inscribe them on the bones of Ysildra, and when she's completely revived, they'll explode. And I'm sure a collapsed lung is enough to take out a fully grown dragon. Probably.
Why not just engrave it into the innard of her skull?
Too much magic concentrated in the points of high cognizant are easier to detect. The ribs are far enough away from her head. These are primal beings. They live and breathe energy.
And you're so sure that this failsafe is gonna work?
Well, if it doesn't, we'll just have to slay her. I'm sure it'll be a great time. It's not the first giant monster I've fought.
Would there be a way to revive her? Obviously not full strength. Maybe a quarter of that?
Nope, the potion's all or nothing. She's coming back piping hot and ready for extinction.
Fuck.
Yeah. Mind you, we still have to steal the rest of these ingredients. I'm sure.
Well, at least we got some time before we have to worry about that.
We got a guy helping get the King's Jewels in newest Yorkshire.
Oh? Anybody I know?
No. Well, why were you wanted in newest Yorkshire?
This isn't the first time I've tried to steal the King's crown. I'll just say that.
I don't think you'll know him.
Maybe I'd like to meet him. Well, also, Tyrum, to the little story you told earlier, I'm pretty sure one of the magical things that your god brought into this world was a bit of that fountain of youth, and I'd be willing to bet it's right underneath our noses.
You think the Fountain of Youth is in Dead End?
No, God, no. It's under your temple. I was an ancient goddess. Where would I put my most guarded and treasured thing, right?
I guess you might have a point.
And as you say that, a small squadron of mice all enter into the room, dressed differently. There's Rome, the one dressed as a Roman knight, but the other ones, you've got 2 dressed as pirates, 1 dressed as a stereotypical rogue, and 1 is wearing just a fucking bagpipe and kilt. All of these mice return, and they all line up behind Cade. And as y'all are all discussing, they all put little notes on his desk, and then they all exit. Well, that, my friends, are my little thieves. They've got a good thing going. They really in and out of places when you need to hear something, you know?
Are they your familiars?
No, they're my guild mates. They just work here.
Interesting.
Well, my little gaggle of spies usually get me some good information about things. And well, Luna, you're in luck.
Well,
First sticky note. He turns the little piece of parchment paper towards you, and it says, "Hall of Heroes is empty."
and what does that mean?
It means Zephyra is no longer imprisoned beneath the Lich King's castle. Yeah, I'll let you simmer with that. Next up, he looks at a small piece of paper. Tyrum, your friend Dason's been making appearances all over the continent. They even said he made it to a gladiator fight.
Might be the same one Fang's from.
Yeah, because Fang totally survived the gladiator fight, right? I didn't know that.
Oh, he did.
Was Fang a gladiator?
Apparently, I mean, your own information guy down there, and he points at Rome, said he was pretty well at it.
Pretty good. Rome, you didn't tell me that Fang was a gladiator and that he was really good at it and that he might have seen Jason. That'd be insane. Why didn't you inform me of such important information about Fang, who may or may not have been at the Colosseum?
I was at the Coliseum.
I'm sorry. That was great. Cade looks at you. So you're a fighter now, kid. You leave Dead End for a couple months and you go fight in Dusty Coin's Coliseum? How are you even still alive?
I fought my freedom.
You won 4 matches.
That's why I'm walking here today.
Well, did you meet Drongo? I really liked Drongo. His principles, his core values, strong individual. I wish I could have met him. The news of Drongo travels far. You know, and I only heard about him because apparently he killed the Spectator. You know, Greasy Giz. Everybody do Greasy Giz.
I didn't realize the news had traveled all the way out here.
Well, not all of it traveled. I certainly didn't know you were a fucking gladiator, but I did hear about the murder of Greasy Giz, the greatest commentator the Coliseum has ever had.
Greasy Giz?
Greasy Giz, indeed. He was a little shit stain of a goblin, but damn was he funny.
That is a god awful name to have.
He was a god awful person, if we're being honest.
Was he a goblin?
Absolutely. Greasy Giz the Goblin. That's exactly what he was. He walked around in a loincloth and he made various jokes.
Well, you know what they say, a good goblin's a dead goblin.
I know Ceras would echo that sentiment.
Wherever that kid is. Also, what happened to the kid? All right, you come back and she's not with you, but apparently she's moping. What?
I had no knowledge of any of this.
Did you guys notice anything?
I mean, for a moment when after she was drinking, she seemed all right, and then all of a sudden was down. But
wait. What were you guys drinking?
She was drinking. You want to ask Fang that question?
Fang, were you guys drinking Dead End?
Yes.
Oh fuck. Ceras is probably. Oh fuck. Fang, you know you're not supposed to let outsiders drink that stuff. It's bad for your mental. How much did you drink?
Quite a bit.
'Quite a bit? Like more than 3 shots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it. Cade just kind of grips the bridge of his nose. Ceras is probably on the verge of mental collapse. We're gonna have to go find her soon. She probably doesn't want to be around anybody though. I'm sure her psyche is all over the place. What's the worst hangover you've ever had? Multiply it by depression.
You just say multiplied by depression?
Absolutely, I did.
Hmm.
Oh, that's gonna suck. So, Michaelo.
Hmm.
Did those Oni say anything that you can remember? I know you're a little hard of hearing sometimes. Cade's like twiddling his thumb, trying to be as sincere looking as possible for once.
Anything in particular you're looking for?
I mean, a name would be perfect, but also, if it's who I'm thinking of,
They did mention the mayor again.
why would they need a mayor? Cade thinks for a minute. Well, seems like Roman has been more busy than I'd like to admit. We have a lot of work to do, team. But don't worry, Michaelo. If the right things are going, we're definitely going to run into your friends again.
Don't call them my friends.
No joking with you about this. Got it. My apologies.
I will kill them.
I hope you do. And I'm going to help you. Cade gives you like a little teeth gleam and like a quick thumbs up.
Michael is not going to say it, but that kind of means something to him.
Good. I'm glad we got that established. Which of the 5 did you find, Tyrum? So I can cross them off my list of things to search for.
You had a list of people.
I do have a list of people.
Why were you tracking my people?
Because you asked me to.
Weird. I don't
You
specifically remember that part, but
You said you wanted help getting revenge, did you not? I started looking into it. Now, that being said, my list might not match your list.
Tyrum is a little apprehensive at the fact that I don't think Tyrum ever remembers asking for help.
Well, you didn't directly ask for help, but you know, you are getting revenge. That much was apparent. Maybe Cade did some digging on his own.
Was. I ran into someone who was known to keep books around.
Cade starts crinkling up a piece of paper in his back pocket. Yeah, don't know who that is.
Don't worry. He's handled for now.
So does that mean that your business is technically unfinished if it's for now?
I need to make sure that he sees a promise through.
Oh, so he's alive. Is that going to be a problem later?
If it is, he won't be able to hide from me for long.
Well, good. Glad that we got that all cleared up. All right. So, what do you guys want to do first? We've got some stealing to do. We've got some people to see.
I think we should probably call her for tonight.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
What happened with Elena?
Cade raises an eyebrow, and he kind of, actually, his ears droop. And, oh yeah. Well, bad news. her father, Gabriel, he has exited this realm of existence, if you catch my drift.
Oh, he's dead, huh?
Yeah. Elena didn't take it well. She's close, but she needs some time.
So she'll be joining us.
Oh, no, of course not. God, no. I'm gonna leave her with somebody trustworthy, and she's gonna learn how to work.
How did he die?
Truth be told, the mice are still looking into it.
So it was probably assassination then.
I mean, that's what everybody's been saying, but they haven't told. Nobody knows how he died, what he looks like, or at what time, how long he's been dead. Nobody knows. All right, anybody
He just
inside
knew
the
that he's
family,
dead.
anybody within that family has been thoroughly taken care of. All traces of the Monclure family have been pretty eradicated.
I had a lot of questions I wanted to ask that guy.
Tyrum goes to look for Elena to talk. But yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna end my stuff.
Seshy sesh.
Yeah.
Good. I think tonight was awesome. Rosebud Thorn.
Well, Rose. Oh man. Looking forward to what we're having next, where we're gonna go, because it seems like we have a few avenues ahead of us. But kind of sad the summer had to leave us a little bit early, but that's understandable. But no, not Rose. My bad. The first part was a bud, seeing where we're gonna go next is the avenues. The Rose was definitely watching everything go down in the bar and listening to how Michaelo handled his situation outside of the blacksmith, and the fact that he went and bought a whole keg for the blacksmith. I thought that was funny. He did it so casually too. Anyway, that's it for me.
He's definitely on the verge of a mental break.
Yeah.
I mean, he's about to lose his shit.
Yeah, he might be played a little darker now.
He's dealing with his murderers.
Go ahead, Michael.
His family's murderers.
Rosebud Thorn.
Rose to how you introduced the killers. Because I was like, these guys are definitely important, and then they were like, yeah, we killed your family, and I was like, hold up.
That just came out of nowhere.
Hold up.
Right out of left field.
Yeah,
What did you say?
There was some light lore building in there with the Otter thing. They're just outside of foreign affairs, or they would have killed you. And so, as the last living kin of Nezumi, you received your brother's weapons that were being considered spoils of war.
Finding out that I'm kind of royalty too. That was kind of weird. Yeah.
You said I can do what I want with your parents, so I was like,
I did. I did say that you could do that. That was really out of the blue. That was crazy.
It also gives you a shredder, Lord Shred, the new king of the Onis.
Yes. Also, Nezumi means rat in Japanese, guys.
Yeah, Splint's full name is Rat.
Wow.
In Japanese.
Yes.
Some nerd talk right there.
Definitely Bud to trying to play a more darker character soon. Thorn is just Simon leaving early. You didn't get the full sesh. But yeah, that's it for me.
Fang or Jay, you can rock paper scissors for it.
Or just go.
Or just go. But Fang is muted. He's been talking this whole time and just didn't realize.
Yeah, let's get. I want to hear Damien first.
I can go.
Yeah.
Well, Rose to Ron for this for the session. It was interesting seeing all three situations unravel at the same time. Big Rose to the amount of lore drop for multiple characters tonight. But to see what's gonna happen next. The one to my computer shitting itself.
Happens to the best of us.
But yeah, that's it. That's it for me.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Rose to the Oni showing up and whatnot. That was pretty cool. Rose to a bunch of story elements getting revealed. Rose to the. I want to say Rose to like the. Trying to think of the way to put it, but the session was fun. Really enjoyed the dialogue, and like Josh and Damien and Ryan were saying, like just it was fun to see the story building aspect of it. Bud to see where it continues from. What's next for whoever. And Thorn to me having to take like one of the biggest shits of my life. And then Simon having to leave early because of it.
Because of your massive shit.
Yeah. So
he was just like,
Thorn
guys,
that.
I can't deal with Jeremy's massive shit.
Right now.
Yeah, dude.
Well,
but yeah, that's everything for me.
Hell yeah. I enjoyed the session. I'm trying to tie everything up together so it feels like we're all like finally as a party coming together for one kind of thing, Everybody's got their goals, but y'all are actually starting to kind of team up. It's great to see. Had a lot of fun with everybody's drama. It's different for all of you. The big stoic Tyrum has finally shown a softer side. We've got Fang lore drops just all the way around. We've got Luna being just the best stoic character ever. He genuinely gives no fucks about anything. It's the best. I really like that. I'm gonna be so funny. It's the funniest shit.
He's just like, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, this is what we're doing.
Y'all got shit going on? That's cool. I'm over here with this cat, this fat fucking cat who is continuously getting bigger. I love him.
Yeah.
Rose to Michaelo and Tyrum taking their shits on the chin. I tried to drop two pretty extreme situations on both of them, and they handled it much differently than I thought they were. Gotta be honest.
Yeah, Michaelo actually went to bloodlust rather than Tyrum.
You really thought I was gonna put my level 7 against a level 20? You're fucking smoking.
All things to the win. Tyrum knows that Vio's a hero, but I don't know. I had an inkling that Tyrum was still gonna try like an assassination attempt. To be honest with you.
What?
Like because Zilla's strong in his own right, but not hard to kill. And I think I don't know. Maybe Tyrum might have tried an assassination. Would have been cool to see either way. But I really do like how it turned out with the kids. I think the softer side of Tyrum is going to help him open up a little bit. And I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, Tyrum's actually a youth pastor.
He's actually.
That's what I'm saying.
100%.
That's actually the funny part because it's like, out of everyone in the group, right? Tyrum has spent the least amount of time with fucking Fang, and nobody else in the fucking party knows what this motherfucker is like around children. It would be a huge night and day fucking difference.
Even worse, the party knows how Tyrum is around children. He threw Elena off a horse. The party is like, Tyrum is terrible with kids. So when it comes back up and the whole party is with Fang, and he's like, guys, Tyrum's actually like a rock star with kids, and everyone's like, yes.
No. You're right.
No, stop.
What are you smoking, Fang?
You lying, bro?
I'm gonna need a little insight.
Fang, you have not been around Tyrum enough.
Long enough. Like, we know this guy. You're not gonna lie to us. Nah. And then Michaelo just jumping into it. I like, even though he didn't really register, I like how it happened. I like I said, I was fully committed to letting you fight one of them had you busted past both the concussive strikes.
The mob said. He said. Triggered.
That nat 20 was so fucking cool, though.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Unfortunately, it didn't phase him.
I just imagine.
Wow.
I just imagine the monk doing the quickest Leroy hand movements ever, only to be Spartan kicked.
Yeah, he definitely went from like the left to the blue guy, and then he was going to the right to the red guy.
Got a foot put in his chest.
And then got a fucking foot to the chest.
Also, free information, since you remembering them is going to help me remember them. The Oni's names are Dai, the red Oni.
Dai?
Dai the red Oni. Yep. And Yoke, the blue Oni.
Dai and Yoke.
Yep. Keep your notes, sweetheart. But yeah,
I'm putting them in my notes now.
Wanted to introduce some more Ninja Turtle elements. We've got a Bebop and Rocksteady, and maybe even a Lord Shredder. You know, it's gonna be great.
Forgot to say another rose. Another rose of mine was being able to actually use a spell and it'd work, and it was nice.
Helpful in roleplay, yeah, that was awesome.
That shit was great. Yeah, I was happy with that. Anyway, I'm going to bed now, unless there was anything more.
I was just gonna say, you guys bullied fucking old Frank.
Well, I mean,
I didn't bully him.
Frank.
He just wanted to drink and have a good time. You hurt that old man, that old bull's heart.
Well, maybe he shouldn't have a whole bunch of yes men around him. All right.
You know
yeah.
Right.
Valid.
Maybe we might have ended up like that there in the last tavern we got in a fight in.
Literally has a whole yes town around him. Apparently.
The city loves what the city loves, man.
Especially when they're all getting drunk.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
want all my
Like a mob.
Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
You know, people in groups don't always have the best brains.
Mob mentality is rough stuff. That being said, before we get off, you guys having fun? Seriously, the story not too hard to like follow behind.
No.
I'm not being like too pushy.
The only thing that I'm confused about is, Luna doesn't. He doesn't. His goal in his mind, the people he wants to get revenge on, is just the cult, right? He doesn't really know who this woman is, other than people telling him who that is. So when you name drop her, whatever her name was, it doesn't really have too much of an effect. If you're expecting it to have effect.
Night.
I kind of figured Luna put it together that Zafira was running the cult that he's looking for, but I guess not.
No. I mean, Zafira.
Damn,
I have no idea who she is.
I thought we come out and said she might be running the cult. Holy shit!
You might
Luna
have
just don't
said
be
that,
paying.
but
Luna don't be paying attention. Shit.
that's not what I mean. You can name somebody all you want, but I have no idea who they are.
Well, if I'm telling you
Why
that,
they're that important.
if you're telling me you're looking for a group of people, and I tell you who the leader of the group of people is, I feel like that would be important to your character.
I guess it's something
I
we can
think
probably talk about a little bit later.
Josh just wants a little more clarity, I think.
Because it's like, yeah, it's like, all right, this cult leader, right? All right, this cult leader. All right, cool. You name drop the cult leader. Okay. What am I to do with that? I mean, the only time I've encountered people of that cult was in the very beginning, and then the people that they were trying to kill us. I haven't really had a conversation with these people yet, technically. So I figure when we actually get a chance to have a conversation with one of these people, much like similar to how Tyrum almost had a full-on conversation with his people that he's trying to kill, I figure I'd probably would get more information out of that and actually get more of an understanding of the depths of who this person is, other than a name. If that makes any sense.
It sounds like you want to you just want to build on that character more, so like it has a connection and an importance to Luna.
Because I don't feel like I really have any.
Well,
Yeah,
I feel like you do, though.
maybe you guys should
why
maybe
Josh,
you guys should have a sit down sometime this week and just talk about that
That's
character.
why I said we should talk about it later.